Memo.
What?
I'm on the West Coast. Yeah, I'm in Cali.
Are you in Cali? You in?
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought you were in Phoenix. You moved to Cali? You just visiting?
I moved. I told you I moved.
I didn't know you moved.
Where I moved?
Where were you at?
November.
You were in Birmingham?
No, he's in Phoenix.
Nah, I was in Phoenix, and then I just moved back to California. I was in California, moved back there.
I got an Airbnb in Tempe, Arizona. It's nice out there.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it is. Okay, I see how you moving, OJ. Listen, he got an Airbnb out there. I see you, brother.
What? I used to live in Scottsdale. Where in Cali are you? Like not specifically, like generally. I'm not.
Yeah, no, I'm in Redding.
Blow up your scene.
No, it's all good. I'm in Redding. This is where Ron.
Oh, so you're Northern Cali.
All of them boys. Yeah, Northern Cali. Yeah.
I'm trying to go to Cali this year, man.
Because if you were in South Cali, I was going to tell you I'll put you in touch with my boy. He's the strength and conditioning coach at UCLA, and I know you like that sort of thing. So.
Oh nah, see, bro, I wish I was down there in SoCal fluent. That's pretty much. Well, I work at the school right now. I'm like doing like academic shit right now, but the goal is to like start with the strength and conditioning, bro. I get tired of them, bro. This is just a bunch of women get on. This is fine, bro. That shit. I ain't even gonna talk about work, bro. But yeah, man.
We don't have to, bro. But
I do. You know, it's funny. I don't know what I miss more. Like my 4 favorite places to live, except for here. I know 4 sounds like a lot, but was Denver, Scottsdale, LA, and San Francisco. I like each one has something different, but I loved all of them.
Scottsdale the one. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not complaining.
So, fellas,
baby.
I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the news lately, but MJ Mahomes came out with a quote recently. I think today.
Oh, goodness.
Do you guys want to hear what he said?
Sure, I do.
Yeah.
He said, and I quote, he values keeping a lot of great players over being the highest paid guy. I don't know about y'all.
Isn't it too late for that?
That's some Tom Brady stuff right there. He's not the highest paid guy no more.
Yeah, but he took
when he got his money at the time.
Yeah, at the time he took the highest paid money.
It's very convenient to say, making 40 or whatever he's making a year.
He signed a $500 million deal. Come on, what are we talking about here?
If he took less money and then said that would be different.
Yes, we are.
Wait, isn't he also like? Doesn't he have like a stake in the Royals or something at this point?
Yeah, because he got it on credit because he signed a $500 million deal.
So I'm like, yeah, of course. If I'm basically an owner while I'm playing a sport, I'm be like, yeah, sure, no, pay the other guy. Yeah, he already paid.
And just for the record, I know he's not the total cash. He's 4th in total cash, but his cap hit is number 1 for 2023.
So yeah, if you want to give credit to someone for doing that, give that credit up to the real good Tom Brady. Tom Brady that did that year in and year out. Like that's a better example.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was making $12 million.
I will say this though, that breaking evidence came out. Tom Brady was really hot that he wasn't getting paid. It was Bill Belichick that just didn't pay him, and the Patriots organization. Like it was only a few times in there where Tom Brady was like, "All right, bro, I'll just take 21 million to 25." But for the most part, when Tom was trying to get his money and he was balling, Bill just chose not to pay him.
Bama,
sure
there's truth to that.
His way, he would have.
There's truth to that, but Brady wasn't tripping though. Brady just took the L.
Because he knew because Tom Brady's a smart man and he knew I'm probably not going to have the consistent year in and year out success if I go somewhere else because let's be real, that division was weak for a long time. I'm not discrediting him. Wait, before people go crazy. I'm not discrediting him for that. But he is also a smart individual for recognizing, hey, this is probably the best situation because I'm guaranteed 10, 11 wins every year. And if I get home field, I really only got to face 1, maybe 2 tough teams in the AFC.
Especially if you put that money into defense.
And he ain't giving up that defense. He ain't doing that's why he went to the ball.
Can I ask a question though quickly? Because this is important. When we're looking at who's getting paid the most, do you guys look at the cap hit the total cash, the base salary, like what is?
Oh, cap hit.
I care about
100%.
cap hit.
Cap
I
hit.
care about cap
100%.
hit.
Okay,
Like,
so then
he's not even close.
in terms of cap hit, then it's Patrick Mahomes is number one.
Yeah,
There
because
you go.
cap hit is that's the one where you got to pay the whole team, right? You got to rob.
And the higher cap hit, the higher your cap hit is.
Yeah. That's the one because you need help, bro.
I
Quarterback is the
guarantee
most
you.
dependent position in football, and it's weird. They pay. Don't get me wrong, your team is a lot better when you have a great quarterback or a good quarterback. But the position itself is just so dependent upon having a good O-line, having some decent receivers, having some type of run game. So it's like, damn, bro, like, how much money as a quarterback do you want? Because technically, bro, like, I'm just not finna assume every QB can be Pat Mahomes and just go out there with a bunch of rookies, with a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, average Joes and just pass out, bro. Like, a lot of quarterbacks need weapons, bro. Like, I mean, I just tell people that shit because it's just so unfair to a QB to sit up there and be like, oh, you got paid this money and you can't have no weapons.
I think Patrick Mahomes, if I'm not mistaken, was the first quarterback in NFL history that had over 15% cap percentage overall and still won a Super Bowl. There's this crazy stat that every time it's been over, I want to say
he's the first top five paid quarterback to win a Super Bowl. That's my stat. Yes.
Where my dogs at?
I gotta ask a question. Do any of you think you can name the top 5 salary hits for this upcoming year?
I got
for this year.
Without looking,
is Daniel Jones one of them?
No, it's not.
Devontae Adams,
Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes,
Deshaun.
I want to say Aaron Rodgers.
Lamar ain't this year though. Lamar just got paid this year.
Devontae Adams
See, the thing is,
I'll give you the
talking about the biggest ones. Is it all quarterbacks? Is it all quarterbacks?
No.
Because I don't know the signing bonus cap.
Yeah, that's okay.
The signing bonus count against the cap.
Oh, Michael Thomas.
Top 5 cap hits this year, going into this year. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Ryan Tannehill.
What?
Number 3, Leonard Williams, Trent.
Wow.
Number 4, Jared Goff.
So is Michael Thomas not on this list?
5
or
is 5
next year.
If they keep him, is DeAndre Hopkins, TJ Watt, Myles Garrett.
They trying to get rid of D-Hop.
Myles Garrett. Hey, so Michael Thomas must be next year because I know Michael Thomas got like a 50 mil type cap hit, bro. Like I know it must be next year because
Lamar Jackson is set to get 80 million. 80 what? Total cash value? What? Sorry, keep going.
What is cap hit gonna be?
Jesus.
Lamar Jackson's cap hit doesn't hit till next year because he just got
Yeah. His cap hit's gonna be next year, but wow. 80 million.
Taysom Hill used to be up there.
So how is Ryan Tannehill number 2? Is that because they pushed that back all the way to the last couple of years?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they backload the deal that when you first come in, they can sign a bunch of other players, and so they backload it. But his base salary this year is number 1 at 27 million. That's his base.
Ryan Tannehill.
So that's how much he's getting paid, no matter what.
No matter what.
Ryan Tannehill going to the Super Bowl this year.
Robbery.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Will Levis might not see the field. They're paying Ryan Tannehill 27 mil. I'll see how he don't get the field.
No, that's not true. Why do you keep saying that?
If
a guy's trash, it doesn't matter if a team's paying them money or not. They would.
It's going to be a lot harder to not play him because that's just dead money.
Well,
it's dead money.
And Will Levis is trash. And Will Levis is trash.
That whole notion, a lot of people say that they're paying him. They have to play him. Nah, I don't think so.
No, you don't have to pay him.
You don't have to, but also Will Levis is trash. So it's like
just so you know. Hey, we
got to see him now, bro.
G-Baby, since you asked about Lamar Jackson, next year's cap hit, it's actually not his signing. He's getting paid $80 million this year because he got a $72 million signing bonus. They put it all in signing bonus.
Yes, because the signing bonus doesn't go against the cap, and that's what I was trying to think.
Yeah, signing bonus.
It would have been Lamar Jackson, but then I remember it doesn't count against it. But there's ways to get around it, man.
Bro, how would y'all do? How would y'all? Hey, if y'all was up, would y'all want y'all all the signing bonus money? Well,
yeah.
Well, yeah, because you get it right away. Don't you get that right away?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Best believe put all that money in the signing bonus.
Go ahead,
I'll
send me
never
my bread,
forget.
bro.
I'll never forget in Hard
especially
Knocks.
NFL where the contracts aren't guaranteed. Give me
Baker
all the money up
Mayfield.
front.
Baker Mayfield got a signing bonus for like 20 million. I remember he said this on Hard Knocks, and out of that 20 mil, he got some like 7 out of it after taxes and everything. That's,
after taxes and agent fees and
that's
stuff.
ridiculous,
Well,
bro.
but it's also too. It also depends
crazy
on
to me.
like. It also depends on the state because like some states have like
Yeah, but
stupid state income taxes and
Majority of times though, it's coming out.
Don't forget, you got to pay tax in every state that you play.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. How do that work, Tone? How do they figure that out? Like, how
So
you
what they
break-
do is, so they take your yearly salary, how
Okay.
many games you played there, it counts as a day. So every day that you played, so you play 5 games there. So they take, so out of 82 games, whatever that percentage is of your total season, and that percentage of your salary then gets taxed as income in that state, and then you got to pay
36%
tax.
because they make over a certain bracket. So 36% of they check, damn near like 42 almost. Like they take almost half of it, bro. Like so if they get like 20 million or like throughout their year, like say for instance they game check $1 million, bro. Like depending on what state, because New York really be hitting, bro. Like they showed
New York, California.
Like, in New York, bro. Like they took like 300.
That's why you got to go to Florida.
It's actually easier for football. It's easier for football because you know your game check. So you have like 18 games, 17 games, whatever. This is how much I'm getting paid each game. So this game's an away game. I'm paying this much. I know how much I'm making. This is how much tax I'm going to pay. The problem is they get bad accountants, bad agents who don't pay it. Then they retire. They don't have that money.
Oh, so it doesn't automatically get taken out. They have to actually.
No, it's not. It's not like your paycheck at wherever you work.
I was just asking. Yeah.
No. It's because they're self-employed, so you got to file that tax return. So like,
it's not a W-2.
I actually have Steph Curry's. He had to file 27 different tax returns.
That's crazy, bro.
Bro, that's crazy. Hey, I'll be locked up in the Fed 10 years. They'll be talking about Cruz ain't paid his taxes.
Man,
hey, I wouldn't know what to do, bro. I'll be like, man, what y'all talking about, man?
Have you ever,
money, bro? You can't sneak the IRS.
Have you ever won the lottery at like even a small amount?
No, I haven't. All
right, so check this out. Check this out. The way it works in your country, not in my country. In my country, if you win the lottery, it's tax free. It's yours. Now, any money you make on it, you have to pay taxes on as income. But what you win is yours. In the U.S., check this out. So you win $100 million. Now, don't get me wrong. You'll still take it. You won $100 million lottery. The lottery company will say to you, "Do you want it in installments or a lump sum?" Of course, you say lump sum. Okay, then it's $50 million.
Mm-hmm.
So you take the $50 million, and the IRS says, "Hey, congratulations, 50% is ours." So you win $100 million, you only see $25 million of that after you've won $100 million.
So what happens if you do it in installments?
Installments better.
In installments, you get it for like X amount of $5,000 a day until the day you die or whatever.
The problem with installment though, it doesn't count for inflation. So that so you got to think about that as well, bro.
And you can't invest it as easily either.
Nope.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If I see 5K hitting my bank account every day, I might be straight. Like,
too. If you got student loan debt or anything like that,
that comes out. Yeah, that comes out first. Yeah,
that comes straight off real.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if I get 5K a day, like I can see it hitting every day, 5K a day. I know it's still gonna get taxed and all that, but like I know a lump sum is like great because you see the 7 zeros. But
listen, take the lump sum and invest, bro.
And invest it. Yeah,
that's it. It's that simple, man.
Go ahead. Whatever taxes I gotta pay, go ahead, take them. I'll take that $25 million and go on about my day. Thank you, sir.
I mean,
to reel it back into football, G Baby said something, and I do want to hear what everyone says, because it's just this narrative going around in the NFL community that just because we're paying a guy, we have to over here and just play them on the field, even if they're trash. Like, I want to know everybody around the room. Do you guys agree with that?
I'll go first. The first person that comes to mind is Zeke Elliott. I heard that a lot, bro. With Zeke Elliott, oh, you're paying him. But it's like, okay, to what? At the expense of your team's success? Because we clearly know that he's not the best running back in that backfield. So to me, I think that more so applies for like first rounders because you're investing a lot. Like,
yeah, you got to see what you got.
But that's not a money thing. That's simply we invested in a first rounder. We got to see what we got. So it's not even to do with money. But in terms of money, like, so what? You're knowingly going to play somebody just because you're paying them a lot. Like that doesn't make sense to me. It's bad philosophy in my opinion.
I mean,
but that
real
is a
quick-
popular narrative. I hear people say a lot.
I mean, real quick before people go, I don't agree with it. I'm just saying I think it happens. I don't
Yeah, it
think you
does.
should play Ryan Tannehill because he's getting 27 mil. I don't think that. Granted, I'm not big on Will Levis at all, but point is, it's because I just think it happens. I think genuinely people sit there and be like,
When?
well, I don't want to. I mean, this guy
When?
making 27 mil on the bench, like
When?
But you don't feel that way, and the coach might not feel that way. But the owner or owners are sitting there going, "Yo, we're paying this dude $30 million. You better play him because I'm not paying him $30 million to sit on the bench." And there's you got to remember that pressure.
Yes, exactly.
And,
That's what
and another thing too, Doug, that has a lot to do with roster construction. Sometimes you might have a guy that might be a little bit better than the guy they paying, but since they paying this guy, they'll cut that guy. So it's more than just on the field. Most of the time, too, people got to look at that too. And I think they kept Zeke around to help Tony Pollard out because Tony Pollard is not a 20 carry guy. So he's more around the 12, 13, I'll say about 15 carry if you include catches and stuff like that. And I think he's so fast that he wears down fast. So I think that's why they kept Zeke on the books, just to have that balance between Tony Pollard and Zeke.
Yeah, but I just need to hear a scenario where like people just get played a trash player because they paid him a lot of money. A lot of times they get benched. Like Matt Ryan, they benched him, and even though he was the best, the highest paid quarterback, they benched him. They had no problems with doing that.
It took a long time, bro.
Jay Cutler.
Well, none of those guys was better than him. So I mean, none of those guys was better than him.
Let's say about Jay Cutler.
Jay
now.
Cutler used to actually have to. Jay Cutler actually used to have to check out of games though. Like it was bad to where it was like, bro, it just looked like Jay Cutler didn't want to play. They were still throwing him out there because you remember Jay Cutler was in that era where them $100 million quarterbacks, that was still kind of new. Like, so they were still throwing Jay Cutler out there, and he was still throwing picks, riding the bike. Well, it was one game where he said, "Oh, I pulled my hamstring and hopped on the bike." He pulled his hamstring and hopped on the bike. The rest of the game, they were like, "Bro, I thought you tore your hamstring." And he was on the bike chilling. Like Jay Cutler was one.
He was staying warm.
There are times.
Jay Cutler is different though because everybody knew he had a talent. It was just a drive. So like, and then even that
garbage.
But football's different though because you could cut guys and get out of their contracts. For the most part, they're not guaranteed, right? It's different in, let's say, the NBA where you got to pay this dude. Yeah. So your thinking is a little different.
Yeah, I think there's only.
Yeah, but I think to Cruz's point, like, eventually guys get benched, but it do take a minute. Like they are kind of like they'll kind of drag their feet on whether they really want to bench him because they really don't.
That's not because.
I'm not saying
that. That's because they think that the best quarterback.
To an extent, yes. I think to Fluent's point, it's really not. It's not even really a coach. It's really coming from the top. And as a coach, if the owner come to you and be like, "Hey, play this dude," not many coaches are going to be like, "No." Bill Belichick could probably get away with that.
He's a coach and GM, so he makes
exactly. No, I feel you, but I'm just saying, like a lot of these other coaches,
but
the owner come down and say, "Play this dude." They got to do what they got to do.
When does that happen?
If you're looking at like a guy like, I don't know, who's like a young new head coach,
I need to know when this happened though.
Any Dallas Cowboy coach, Jerry Jones will tell him.
I need to know when has this happened though.
When has what happened?
The scenarios in which y'all talking about. Like it sounds good an idea, but give me the evidence where this happened.
Where what scenario though?
Yeah, what scenario? Give me the scenario.
Where they wanted to start a guy because they were paying him all the money, and the owner was just on their case for starting the guy just because they were paying them, not because they just thought that they were better.
Rob Johnson was making more than Doug Flutie. Doug Flutie got him to the playoffs, and they said, "Sorry, he's our high-paid quarterback of the future. He's going in," and he lost them the playoff game.
I do remember that.
There's one.
So there's one.
Is that one? Is there more?
Low key.
A lot of times you don't know. A lot of times you don't know. How would we know about?
Hold on, another example. This has nothing to do with money though. But if you guys remember, Belichick actually wanted to go with Garoppolo, and then Brady went to Daddy and say Daddy, and then Robert Kraft got a massage real quick down in Florida, and then slapped Bill Belichick's hand. and say Brady's gonna play. So
Hey,
there's that
Doug,
too.
it's one. Hey, Doug. Well, listen. This all they saying though. This all we saying. We're not agreeing with the situation, but what we're saying is a lot of that's what they do. But I will give you an example where they paid a guy a lot of money, Matt Flynn to Seattle. They played him a lot of money, drafted Russell Wilson in the 4th round, and he never seen the field.
Yeah, they paid him 15. They paid him like what 15 mil a year at the time, which was high as hell.
Was high, like, and then they drafted Russell Wilson in the 4th round, and then Russell Wilson, Flynn never seen.
Remember when Mike Glennon got that contract?
I was just about to say Mike Glennon.
I was like, when he got that contract for the Bucks, that was that was crazy. I know, OJ, I know that hurt your soul.
I think the Bucks felt like they had to do that, but I'll be honest with you, bro. Here's the truth, bro. Most NFL GMs are very incompetent, bro, and I don't say that lightly. Very incompetent. Like, look at the Tennessee Titans, for instance, bro. Like, Tannehill at his best could never get you to the Super Bowl. Like, even with Julio, that line, the defense, it's just not gonna happen. But they play this game. They play this game. Like what? Like, and that's the worst. The worst place to be. This is the last thing I'll say. The worst place to be in the NFL is to have a quarterback that is like slightly, like either mediocre or slightly above average. Like the Derek Carrs, the Tannehills, the Kirk Cousins. That's the worst place to be because you're not gonna get really high draft picks and you're never gonna get anywhere. It's the worst. You might as well be really bad or really good.
I mean, in fairness to Ryan Tannehill and like the guys like Jimmy G and stuff,
I bet you it's happening.
He made an AFC chip. He did. Like, however we want to slice it, he made one. Yes, we know.
It's happening right now.
We know who Derrick Henry is.
And you
brought up guys like Julio and stuff.
You know who else made an
Julio was always hurt.
You know who else made an AFC chip? Mark Sanchez.
Nah, Malik Willis fast.
And Jimmy G. So like, and Brock.
Yeah, but they want. I mean, who are they gonna get?
Brock Purdy.
And I say all that to say that it doesn't speak nothing to the competence of those quarterbacks, bro.
No, but I'm just saying. Like, and then I'm just saying, like, you can find. I mean, we see it happen all the time. If you build the right team, you can at least get to a conference.
Listen, man, every now and then
we've seen mid to trash quarterbacks win Super. Everybody
Trent Dilfer is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Like that's
and everybody forget Peyton Manning that last year was dog awful, bro. They had to bring in Brock
Osweiler. I don't remember.
Can you name me just two? Can you name me two quarterbacks that won a Super Bowl that were below average that had a defense that was less than top 5? Go ahead.
You had to throw in the defense part. Yeah, no.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, I literally just said,
none.
If you build the right team around them,
and even
if you have a mid quarterback, no, you're not.
To be honest,
to the ball with the 30
you need a running game. You need a running game and a defense.
Even then, I say top 5, but really, bro, look at Rex Grossman and the Bears defense. That was a crazy defense. Like, look at Brad Johnson and the Bucks defense. Like, I say top 5, but really, it's like
it's top 5 all time.
Yeah, it's like top 5 all time, top 10 all time. Like I'm not gonna sit here and make arguments in defense of Ryan Tannehill. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm not getting stuck on Ryan Tannehill, but he brought up like, he had Julio and all this.
And by the way,
Julio was getting hurt when he got there.
The AFC Championship game he went to, I believe that year he beat Baltimore, which should have never happened. Someone keep me honest here. I think he beat Baltimore in the divisional round to get to the AFC. That should not have happened. Like that
defense.
Wasn't
they were scared to tackle that and get Derrick Henry. He was running up the sideline. He was running away from him.
Earl Thomas's career.
And that, so. And then Lamar Jackson just didn't have a good
one, but people seem to forget about that one. But
they did.
Nobody forgets. I promise you.
They got that pick in the end zone.
Someone said they're a diehard.
Malcolm Brother got the pick.
Sorry to hear that.
A diehard what fan?
Diehard Vikings fan. It keeps flashing, but I can't even read the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I'm about to right now, but y'all kept talking. I'm not even gonna lie, but
you know what? You shouldn't be reading any super chats till we get at least 5. But anyways, okay, go ahead.
Nah, Avion Plummer is a supporter. I like him.
Okay, all right.
I'm a diehard Vikings fan. This Cook thing needs to be discussed. Cousins' contract is destroying my team.
No, Cousins is destroying your team. Forget the contract.
Your team.
It's just Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
I think it has more to do with the fact that He is great on a stat sheet at the end of the season, but when you actually watch him play, there's no way you are convinced that this guy is actually a good starting quarterback.
And if he ever plays,
educate your brother, please.
Trey, what?
if
Trey,
he
what?
ever
your
plays
brother,
later
please.
than 4 p.m. on a Sunday,
Trey,
it's
what are you
alright.
talking
He's
about?
losing.
Educate your brother,
Trey, what are you
please.
talking about?
Educate him.
You just said some
Educate him.
bull.
Because he don't listen to me when I tell him. So
What are you
please
talking about?
educate him.
Wait,
Here's
Wait,
the thing,
wait.
bro.
Trent, what are you confused about?
What are you talking about? Tomorrow, he's not a good quarterback. What are you talking about?
Kirk
Was
Cousins?
Kirk
Duh.
Cousins a good
What do you
quarterback?
mean? Duh. See, I'm saying
You think Kirk
Cousins.
Cousins is a good quarterback?
Wow.
See, I know I'm not crazy.
so
I'm
come
trying
on,
to
come
tell this man he not like that.
Wait,
How is he
wait.
not a good
Good. Okay, well,
quarterback?
define good.
How is he
Define
not
good.
a good quarterback?
He look good on a stat sheet, bro.
How is he not a
He look
good?
good on
G-Man,
Does he win you games that matter?
Quarterback, and then you say Kirk Cousins is not.
Wait, hold on.
You
Wait.
think Kirk Cousins clears Jared Goff? At the very least, they in the same tier.
I do. I do.
Well, I'm taking Jared Goff over Kirk Cousins.
Now you're more fluent, Trent. Get with the time.
Kirk Cousins just the white Dak Prescott, bro.
And they both
You
better than
taking
Jared Goff.
wait. You taking Jared Goff over Dak Prescott too?
Yes.
Yes.
Come on.
Yo, you like, come
Wow.
I don't understand why
Like,
this
this is what I'm
is
saying.
crazy.
Yo,
I
the
don't
narrative
understand why this is crazy.
crazy. The
That's
narrative
wild.
switch is ridiculous.
That
This
is
is
why
I was
I'm
just
not
saying
gonna
Jared
hold
Goff was dirt. He didn't change nothing. He didn't upgrade this year. He been the same Jared Goff.
Bro, I tell
And
you
now-
all the time, the only difference between Kirk Cousins this year.
What we saw from Jared Goff was him without a great team, without a great coach, without a great system that suits all of it, that can cover his stuff. And we're like, who is Jared Goff outside of LA? And we saw him on a team that has historically been trash.
Okay,
Played
cool.
really
Before,
well.
He's been the same quarterback since 2017. So you mean
No,
somebody
he
who's better than
He ain't
Yes,
been the
he
exact
was.
same.
What
No,
has
I'm
changed
not
with
gonna
him,
lie.
baby?
No,
What has
Trent, here's
changed
my
with
problem.
him?
Trent, here's my problem with you. There's no way you're telling me you watched Jared Goff play his first year in Detroit and you watched him play his second year in Detroit.
the same
You're telling me that's the
quarterback.
same dude, bro.
It's the
Because-
same quarterback.
Bro, no, bro. Because I
Nothing
tell you all the
changed in
time.
Kirk Cousins.
No. 'Cause I tell you all the
Nothing.
time. The only difference between Kirk Cousins and this year and last year is they went 13-0 in one possession
And
games,
he's
bro.
still
That's the only
way
difference.
he's
That's the
still
only
way
difference.
better than
Kirk
How
Jared
many
Goff.
Lions games you watch?
Points.
Wait,
Bro,
hold on a
he
second. You're
stopped.
saying Kirk Cousins way better than Jared Goff?
My lagging? You on my good?
Yeah,
You said what?
He said yes. He said Kirk
Trent,
Cousins
you said
clears
Kirk
Jared
Cousins.
Goff.
Duh. What do I have to think
That's
about?
wild,
What
bro.
would be the argument? What would I have to think
That's
about?
wild.
Jared Goff better.
That's
How?
wild.
Why?
Yeah, you about to get drunk. You about to
Where?
get jumped on this whole panel.
I don't
That's
care. I
wild,
need
bro.
to know
I see seven-
why.
I
I
see
need to
seven-
know why. Why?
What? It's. I mean,
In prime
it-
time
hold on,
games,
wait.
you know Kirk.
All right, I got
Trey,
I'm-
you tell
Hold
me
on,
first, 'cause you
real
said
quick,
he's not a good
real
quarterback.
quick.
You're
Let me
putting down
interject.
the comeback.
Let me
player
interject
this year.
real
You're
quick.
putting them down like that. Can't believe it.
Let me interject
Top
real quick.
six,
I'm not
whatever.
lagging, right? We're good.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
good job, bro.
You're
We're
good. You're
good?
good.
yeah.
Okay. I do want to know why. Somebody who wants to answer. Trey, I think you want to answer. Why is Jared Goff better than Kirk and Dak Prescott?
The Dak Prescott thing is kind of crazy, but we can table that for another time.
Just Kirk Cousins. Fluent can answer the Dak Prescott one.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Dak Prescott's name to even come up in this. The
I
only
only just said Kirk Cousins is the white Dak Prescott, but yes, go ahead.
that's hilarious.
I asked you.
That's your
you
brothers.
said
That's your
yes.
brother's line, not mine.
I asked you. I asked you to confirm. You
Hey.
said yes, Fluent.
Trey,
Oh, did I? I wasn't paying attention. My bad.
So Trey, you tell me,
He's
please.
trolling.
Here, listen to me. Kirk Cousins is, I've said this for years at this point, he looks great in fantasy, and he looks great when you're looking at raw counting numbers at the end of the year. You know me. I don't give a damn about stats. I don't play fantasy football. I don't do none of that. I watch
you
film.
missing out.
You turn on games and you watch film. You constantly just watch this guy. When it becomes a pressure situation, things aren't perfect in the pocket, he just starts panicking and saying, you know what? F it. They're down there somewhere. And next thing you know, it's a pick six. Now, every one of these games where it's prime time, if you go back and look at the stat lines, they're not always like super abysmal. Like there will be games like some of those games he's played against the Bears when Khalil Mack was there, where he would just throw picks to Eddie Jackson, and it would be like, oh, he had a horrible game. And then you look at the end of the stats, and it's like the end of the game, and it's like, oh, okay, he actually completed like 68% of his passes. He threw for 300 yards. He had 3 TDs, but he had 2 pick sixes. And those are the things that you remember from the game.
Can I say something?
And he does that consistently.
And the 3 touchdowns came when they were down by 30.
Because the closet Vikings fan.
Consistently does things that lead to his team losing.
Well, for this year, he wasn't the reason why they lost. And then second, you're talking about, he gets panic, whatever. We're comparing him to Jared Goff. Jared Goff does the same exact thing. So I don't know why you're saying that.
So what's the reason they lost? If it wasn't
because
him.
of their defense. Though. My Giants, they only stopped them twice. It's the only body beat. The Giants beat them. Kirk Cousins played almost damn near perfect that game.
Kirk Cousins did have a good game.
He had a really good game. They didn't lose because of him. It was because of the Giants.
I mean, he did do a 3-yard check down on 4
He did do that too.
There's no way you're saying you're watching the film and saying he's not a good quarterback. What? Wait, are you Stevie Wonder? Are you blind? You saying he's not a good quarterback? So you mean to say he's not a top 20 quarterback?
Trent, in the time that I have left the city of Houston to go like live my own life, did you get a concussion at one of these practices?
No. Are you saying he's not a good quarterback?
So here's the thing. Trent,
is he not top 20?
This is not true, brother.
Wait.
Hold on.
He's top 20. Well, you know, if a guy is 15, you call him trash. Derek Carr top 20, you call him dirt all the time. So you acting like top 20 quarterback.
You trying
good.
He said he's not a good quarterback.
Hold on, Trent and G baby. Hold on. Go ahead, OJ.
If you're saying he's good as in he's a top 15, let's just say you think he's a top 15 quarterback, which I think he is. I can see that you can then say he's good. Again, it goes back to what Flu was saying. What are you using to quantify what good means, right? But here's my thing, though. If you tell me that the quarterback is like in the 15 through like 12 range, that's really nothing to write home about. But I guess by default, he's good.
I think he's higher than 15.
I don't think.
Where do you have him? Top 10?
He's like literally like 11 through 12. I can't name like 13 or 14 quarterbacks better than him. I can't.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. You can't name. You can't.
Okay.
Are we gonna give Russell Wilson the benefit of the doubt?
I mean,
because you don't. So why are you saying that now?
Okay, see, this
you don't give Russell Wilson
on
the benefit of the doubt.
I told you when Sean Payton got there, I gave him.
Now you want to give him the benefit of the doubt?
No. Stop. No, I said when Sean Payton got there, and you talk about what? Because I'm giving Deshaun Watson the benefit of the doubt. That's why he's at 9 right now. And Russell Wilson got a benefit.
As of right now,
I said Russell Wilson get a benefit of the doubt too because I can't see him being bad with Sean Payton.
As of right now,
if he's trash with Sean Payton,
better than him.
Done. What?
As of right now, you can't name 13 quarterbacks better than him. You can't.
Better than who?
Do you have it?
Better than Kirk. You can't name them. And I want to hear what y'all lying.
We should try it. It'll be fun. I mean,
Let's go down. I'll start naming off names and then y'all let me know when to stop. All right.
Okay,
I got y'all.
All I'm saying is this: I don't think Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. I literally think he is like the freaking like the median,
the epitome of mediocrity,
like of what an NFL quarter is. If you
think Kirk is not good, Jared Goff is garbage. He's terrible.
I think
if you think Kirk is not good, he's terrible.
I don't know why you think this gap is so far. Is it because Kirk is
45
with your boy Jettas? Is that why? Because your boy Jettas? Is that why? Because your LSU bias? Is that why you think Kirk is good?
G-Baby, this is what you do. You switch up so bad. Because last year, you were saying he was garbage.
I said Jared Goff played bad. Absolutely.
No, you said he was garbage.
Yes, I did. And then
so
I saw him this year.
He went from garbage to now good?
Yeah, he didn't see look a lot better than he did last year.
He's been the same player.
Bro, last year he could.
Yes. He was just saying he was garbage.
Last year, here's the difference.
This year,
here's the
now
difference.
He's good.
Where
did that come from?
Here is the difference. Here's the difference. Last year, Jared Goff couldn't beat Mason Rudolph, bro. They was going to overtime.
That's not the game.
Watch this.
No, Trent. I said he couldn't beat Mason Rudolph because I'm talking about because Jared Goff, was abysmal.
That's one bad game.
No.
Aren't you the same guy that says wins and losses isn't everything?
You're missing my point.
Because aren't you the same guy that says wins and losses isn't everything?
Literally, it's not everything. I'm talking about how bad he played.
Why are you
Jared
talking
Goff
about him
bad
losing
games,
the
baby? Okay, Doug. See, this is where you, Doug and Trent, y'all aren't listening. And the reason I'm bringing up the fact that he couldn't beat Mason Rudolph is because the reason he couldn't beat that team is because he was playing that bad.
That's
for
one
most of
bad
the
game.
Doug, Trent, hold up. Trent, hold up. For the most of the year, up until Lamar kind of started getting into a little rhythm towards the end of the year, for most of the year, Jared Goff was abysmal. This year, especially with the worst ranked defense and all that stuff, this year, if you just watch, this is strictly eye test. I don't give a crap about the numbers. Just simply watching him play, he was way better than what he was last year, bro. Way better. He still had a bad defense. He had a bad defense last year and this year.
Yeah, this has been Jared Goff, but this has been Jared Goff for years now. He's been inconsistent. You have a few good years, 3 be bad, and he has one good year.
What is Kirk Cousins? Is Kirk Cousins?
He's been way better than him for almost a decade.
I want to name the quarterbacks. I want to name the quarterbacks, and then we'll move on. I do want to name the quarterbacks, and we'll do this as a collective. All right.
So we'll just agree both of them mid.
They are mid.
They both in the same tier. That's what I'm arguing. This man over here saying Kirk Cousins clear.
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. Because like mid to me is not good, but mid is also average. So I guess good could be average.
All right. Let's try to do this together, right? So we got Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson.
Hold on. Can you do the numbers too?
Oh, numbers. So you want Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, that way I could keep track. Once it gets around 10,
my hands was up. My hands was up here. I'm not,
my bad. I didn't see your hands. My fault.
You good? Y'all can see it right now.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, bet. So we got Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Aaron Rodgers. That's 7. No, you can't. Are we including Kyler Murray or no?
Yeah. Are we giving everybody the benefit of the doubt? That's what I need to know.
We're including Kyler Murray. I heard somebody say
Lamar Jackson.
Kyler Murray. I said Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence.
If that, did you already say Deshaun?
Yes,
I said Deshaun. I'm at 10. I'm at 10 right now.
Okay.
All right. Now this is where it's gonna get kind of dicey. Okay.
We already agreed. Dak
Prescott is 11.
Yeah.
Chino.
That's what.
No.
I'm asking a question. I'm just asking.
Tua.
I'm not there with you.
Yes, Tua. Yes.
No. Kirk Cousins.
No.
Yes, bro.
No.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
No.
He's better than Kirk, bro.
No.
He's better than Kirk, bro. He's better than Kirk, bro. For all
Justin
the jokes
Fields?
I've made about Tua, bro, he's still better than Kirk.
I was actually gonna go Justin
Fields?
Fields.
Justin Fields, as of
That
right
is
now.
disrespectful. That is disrespectful.
No. Hey, now y'all going too
Not
far.
yet. Not yet.
That's
Not yet.
disrespectful.
Stop. Right now. We got to stop that right now.
Oh, how about this? Oh, wait, Trent. Daniel Jones?
No, not yet. No.
Hey,
Look,
he
that
wasn't
hurt.
in
That
that
hurt
on the
him.
playoff game.
I mean, in them 10
years.
years, in them 10 years, what has Kirk Cousins done to be like, oh, bro, he did it for 20
Hey,
years?
somebody in the chat said Matt Stafford. Don't forget about Matt Stafford.
Nah, that's Tommy. I'm not going.
No.
That's Tommy John
I'm
thing.
off that. I'm off
That's
that.
Tommy John thing.
But he
If he's
was
healthy,
better
he's
when he
better,
was
yes.
healthy.
Wait,
If he's
Why
healthy,
are you
he's
saying,
better.
why are you saying that Tommy John thing? The baseball pitchers come back from Tommy John better.
Yeah, but it's
Better.
Man, listen, bro.
So Matt Stafford already towards the end of his career.
Matt Stafford's older, bro. I gotta see it to believe it, bro. That dude,
What about
healthy
Derek
wise,
If he come back and he the same, he better than Kirk. Like
Pack
no
Derek
question.
Carr.
What number did we get to?
We got 32 teams.
That's
I
like
know
12. I'm not gonna lie. That's
Yeah,
the
we're at
12,
12.
13
We're at
range.
12.
If I include Matthew Stafford, that's 13.
I mean, and I disagree with all of them.
Hey, listen, bro. I gotta give it up to
You
Trent,
can't
bro.
say Matthew
I
Stafford
gotta
is
give
the
it up
better
to Trent.
quarterback.
Trent said 11-12 range. You got it, bro.
Because once you get
That's
there,
only because we're going to argue. We're going to argue about. He's saying not yet, right? Daniel Jones, who he's going to admit is better. Justin Fields, who's going to be better.
I think he can.
Tua, who when healthy is
If
better.
we're projecting, yeah, he probably.
And
personally, bro,
I mean,
I
if
like
we're
Tua.
projecting Bryce Young, CJ, and the way y'all talk about
There's
AR-15,
Right.
bro,
Right
no,
now, I like
you better not
Tua.
say
y'all love AR-15.
You better not
No,
say
the way
AR-15.
y'all love
AR-15 the whole
AR-15.
game.
You was just hating on-
You was just hating on
I said the
the whole
way
game.
y'all. See, this
You're not
is
about to
Trey.
say-
Hey, Trey, your brother not listening. I said the way
Wait,
y'all love
I'm taking Brock Purdy over Kirk Cousins.
Let them know, Fluent. I'm taking Sean McVay, Baker Mayfield over Kirk Cousins.
Wait.
You
Slow
said
down.
AR-15, but you was just
Oh,
saying
you forgot one. You forgot one.
No, I
Jared
said the way
Goff.
y'all love AR-15. You said
Jared Goff.
AR-15
garbage.
I said, yeah, bro. I said the way, Trent, are you not listening? The way y'all big up AR-15, Y'all should think he's going to be better too.
Wait.
Because I think he's trash. I don't think he's ready.
So why would you mention AR-15?
Because I said Trent, wait, y'all.
It doesn't matter about how we think.
You and all.
It doesn't matter.
Put an apostrophe after Y.
What do you mean it doesn't matter how we think?
Conversation, how we I need to talk to you. Calm down. Wait. What's this AR-15 slander?
I don't think he's ready. I think he's gonna start off the rip and he's not ready. I think he has all the physical things he can have. That's cool. I don't think he's ready as a passer. When in the history of the NFL, when you throw guys in the room and they're not ready to go, I'm sorry.
But do you think that he's
in the fire and they're not ready to go? It hurts their career. You gotta put no. He's a great athlete. He's a great athlete. But no.
Hey, G baby, speak up. I can't hear you.
Whoa.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
I'm being sarcastic.
Okay.
Because he just raised his voice.
My mic closer. That's crazy.
Because the AR-15 slander is I'm gonna be honest with you, G baby. This is a lazy ass take. It's real lazy.
He can't. Oh my god.
It's real lazy.
How is it lazy?
Educate him. Educate him.
How is it lazy? How is it lazy? That's what I want to know.
Educate him.
Okay, here's how it's lazy. So, one, Anthony is inexperienced. He's not Raw. There's a difference. Raw is Malik Willis.
Facts, and I would like me.
Raw is lacking a skill set.
Yes. Anthony is literally just inexperienced. If you turn on the tape, he literally got better game by game. And he's playing in he's literally playing in an offense. You can sit here and roll your eyes all you want.
Hold on. Keep going.
Look, I'm just telling you what
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm not gonna interrupt.
Yeah. And then I have a question when you finish.
All I'm saying is this. He got thrown into a situation where literally you have no real guys at receiver. Like, you're basically counting on a freshman to essentially be your best player and a transfer from Louisiana. Now, granted, the true transfers that came with him to ULL, they balled out. Shout out to them. One's already about to be playing in the league. The other one will be there next year. However, he's doing a lot more of the NFL stuff as a first-year starter.
What NFL stuff?
Calling protections and like actually having to make full field reads.
So can I ask a quick question?
No. My question first.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Flo. I'm sorry.
Because mine's easy because I honestly don't know. I'm asking you guys to make me more fluent. What inexperienced quarterback, not Raw, inexperienced quarterback, day one starter, has been successful from the jump?
Not a lot.
I mean,
any?
No, you look through a lot of picks.
And to piggyback off of Fluent's
so what G Baby was saying, and what I got from it was he's got the skill and talent. I just don't think he's going to be good day one.
And I said, because my whole thing about AR-15, he's not ready. He can have all the physical tools he wants. That's great. Jump higher than everybody, run faster. Awesome. He is not ready. Because if we keep looking at the history of the NFL, when we start guys day one who aren't ready, it's really hard for them to recover. Shout out Josh Allen. They gave him Stephon Diggs and put a great team around him, and they gave him a good OC. But not everybody's that smart to do that. Not everybody has confident front office. You can look at multiple people.
Didn't they just throw Brock Purdy?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you can look at multiple instances.
I mean, Cam Newton came off the rip and he was good.
Was he inexperienced?
Cam Newton was
because he was a 1 year. He was 1 year.
He was in JUCO and he got that.
Cam Newton was a way better passer than this man.
Hey, he right.
Yes. Yeah, and that's gonna be. Let me not. That was gonna be my question. That was gonna be my question to you, Trey. Is he calling protections and all that cool. What does that mean if he can't complete short and intermediate passes?
He can complete short and intermediate passes.
Oh, really? Because his accuracy was dog. His short and intermediate passes was dog.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now because I literally had to watch all of the games. It wasn't nearly as bad as what people are trying to make it out to be. I'm telling you, if you weren't pulling up the film and actually watching it game by game, I respect your opinion, but I will only take it with a grain of salt because I literally had to watch it every week.
And then I just don't think
right
away. If he had a place to go sit, like he could have went to Seattle.
But this is the perfect place for him.
Why is the percentages so bad though? It's because of his receivers?
His receivers were terrible. His offense was terrible.
Receivers being terrible, receivers not knowing where they're supposed to go because everybody's in their first year playing a completely different offense from anything that they played in the last 4 years because Dan Mullen's offense is an offshoot of Urban Meyer's stuff that he used to run. Billy Napier's offense is completely different.
I think AR got to work on his touch. I think his intermediate pass.
Thing that I will say about AR's mechanics is the one issue that he has, which leads to some of his errant throws, is the fact that he is toesy sometimes when he's throwing the ball. Like sometimes he's literally on his toes as he's throwing the ball. That's something that's very fixable. Again, he's not raw. He's inexperienced.
And then also, he's going. This is the best.
But we know that when guys come into the league,
I'm not saying he's going to come in and be perfect.
I mean, that's semantics to me, bro. There's not a lot of difference between being raw and being inexperienced.
No. There's a difference between being raw and being inexperienced because inexperienced means you have the skill set, you just haven't been able to use it. Raw means you have to develop the skill set still. So there is a distinction between the two. But I can't think of a quarterback who didn't play a lot in college that came into the NFL and was successful right away. Now they've come in, they've learned, they've done whatever. But for them to come right in without playing a lot of college games, I can't think of one that came in right away.
Even the ones that played a lot of games,
you're going to draft.
Rarely will see them hit the ground running.
Be a 2-year or 3-year starter. So that point, I understand it.
So you agree with G Baby that he's not ready yet? Then
no, I don't. That's why I was going to say.
Wait, time out because I see where the confusion is.
I think there are certain guys when you add in the physical talent and me just knowing what his workload was in terms of what he was asked to do week in and week out, it's a lot closer to what guys are doing in the NFL than a lot of other quarterbacks playing in college. I think the learning curve that he's going to have to go through in the NFL is a lot shorter than what people realize.
So, Fluent, I think this is where the miscommunication is right now, where by them saying he's going to be good, they're not meaning like he's going to be good compared to the league. It's like he could put on a solid rookie campaign. Not nothing crazy, but he'll be like a solid rookie campaign guy, right? That's all that they're saying.
I'm not saying he's going to be perfect coming out the gate. All I'm saying is the whole notion of him not being ready. I've never, at first I thought that when I was watching him throughout the season. And then as I started going back and actually watching the tape and seeing kind of the finer points, the pocket movement and all that stuff, along with knowing what he's being asked to do week in and week out. Yeah, no, that it's a lazy tape. You can sit pale face all you want to, G baby.
No, because I feel like you're calling it a lazy take. I think is not true. Only because again, we have the information now, not specifically on him, but of quarterbacks who haven't had a lot of experience in college come in, and those are the biggest busts. Mitch Trubisky, people took a chance on him because he had all the skills.
Years though, that's not a good situation.
I'm using
honestly
at least 8 yards. Oh my god!
The example
I see what you're saying, but we're talking about AR-15.
If we go,
Jonathan Taylor,
if we go good about the coach situation. I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on, because the thing is, with the inexperience comes a lack of understanding of a lot of things that they're going to throw at him in a more complex defensive sets in a much faster game. What does every QB say? Oh my God, the game's so much faster. So you're putting a guy who hasn't seen a college pass rush and you're going to put him into an NFL pass rush. He's going to be overwhelmed. And that's what we've seen from every single, I use Mitch Trubisky because I know him, but there's more. Every inexperienced QB, that's what they see. They get blitzed and they just don't know what to do.
Hey, Doug. Somebody in the comment, Avion, tell him that Joe Burrow started 2 years at LSU, not one.
Don't bring up Joe Burrow in this.
And he had the
he had the greatest.
I'm not going to entertain it. I'm not going to.
Anyway, G-Baby,
but Fluent, if you go off of hold on, Trent. Fluent, but even that's kind of nasty because the probability of just college guys in general being great out the gate.
That's my
very,
point.
very, very.
That's
slim.
my point.
But that's
So
our
even
argument.
so like using no wait, talking about using that caveat is kind of weird because the probability for even college quarterbacks in general is still slim no matter what. It's slim
for him to
no
say he's
matter
not
what.
ready,
And experience.
for him to say he's not ready,
the thing because
probably
what
accurate.
what G Baby is saying is he's not ready. He's going to be trash. It's fine if you want to be like he may not
Did you
be
say
ready
that?
yet.
Hold on, did you say that, G
Yeah,
Baby?
Yes,
did
he
I?
said
I
it
used the
numerous
word.
times.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I
Fluent,
did.
let me explain.
That's why
Because I said
That's where it's
I
the
said
pushback.
I think
Okay.
AR-15 as a passer is not good. Yes, I've used the word trash multiple times. But when we've talked, when I'm not yelling and going crazy, I've told Trent this
Which is
on
rare.
numerous occasions. If you look at the history of the league, guys who aren't, I think, ready as far as passing stuff, you can have all the physical traits you want. They're not ready. If they come in off the rip starting out the gate, they usually struggle. And there's too many examples of that in the history to where I don't think AR-15 is the one that's going to break that mold.
Okay.
Now, will he be good in a couple years? Will he be good in a couple
Most
years?
of the good
I
QBs.
think so.
Yeah,
I
most
thought
of
he
the
should have
good
sat.
QBs
I
get
thought he
sit.
should have
At
sat.
least
But my thing.
G Baby.
Okay.
Can I ask
You
you?
can go on. You can move on, Dub. You can move on.
I'm trying to.
Yeah,
Let
let's
me just say
transition.
one last
Yeah,
thing.
let's go.
Go ahead,
Let me
OJ.
just say one last thing on this topic. I think the evaluating the quarterback position and how they would transition to the NFL game is one of the hardest things to do. Curb Street and all these ESPN guys, they fail way more than they get it right. So I'll prefer to take the humble route and just see what happens. But to flat out say that he's gonna fail, I don't know if we have enough evidence.
And then
Just out
also,
the gate.
and
I
then
just
also,
said out the gate.
he doesn't need to be great in the passing game to have a good year. He has legs. He's a dynamic playmaker. So him with Jonathan Taylor and the good O-line, they just got Josh Downs and they have Michael Pittman.
The O-line
They
is
can have a
not as
solid
good as
campaign.
the O-line is not as good anymore.
They can improve from
The
last
O-line's
year.
not as good.
But
The O-line's not as good.
it's not as good anymore.
You still have a top 5 back in the game that helps him.
Yes, they
But
do
he
have a
was
top
top
5
five
back in the
back
game, but
partially
he just
because of that O-line.
got hurt. We have to see.
Oh,
I'm not
wow.
saying- No, my God, bro, you stop doing that because obviously, I think he's still a top 5 back.
I'm not talking about you.
But if he comes out the gate and he
Still
doesn't
need
look
y'all
the
to
same,
answer the super chat.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. What's the super chat?
No, you could. No, the super chat in the beginning, the guy, the
what was
Vikings
super chat?
fan was asking about Dalvin Cook and how Kirk Cousins is messing up the contract situation with Dalvin Cook. Then we went to quarterbacks. And now we're in this rabbit hole of
'cause we went to
AR-15.
Kirk
So let's
Cousins.
reel it back. Let's
What is
reel it
that?
back in.
Can I ask you guys a question about Dalvin Cook then? Along those lines, is if Kirk Cousins is destroying Dalvin Cook? I want to say a year ago when we first started this show, and I kind of went, I don't know how I feel about Dalvin Cook. I don't know if he can be your guy.
Yeah.
And now they want to get rid of him. Like, what's wrong with Dalvin Cook? Is it Kirk Cousins' fault or is it something
He's
Dalvin
not
Cook?
the
It's injury.
same, but Trent doesn't want to admit
He's
that.
getting
Injury.
older and he's getting
not.
hurt.
He's
older.
in the same
He's
gap.
injury prone.
He's getting
Well, that was
older.
my,
You're
that was my
right.
issue with him. Was that he's
getting
injury?
older.
He's getting older.
That's
he's,
it, but
he's
besides
getting a
that,
little
when
Getting
slower.
older. You saying he
He's getting a little
regressed?
slower in the burst. Yeah, he's getting
It hasn't
older.
But Dalvin Cook
He
is
is
one
not
of
the
the
same Dalvin
biggest.
Cook from 2019.
He's one of the
bro.
biggest,
He's not.
big play
2020.
running backs in the league, bro, when healthy. In terms of, there's not a lot of running backs that's going to break off 40, 50, 60-yard runs like Dalvin Cook, bro.
I generally think I think people just looking at the yard and say, "Oh, he's not the same." He's been the same back, and he's just getting older. That's just the value of running back.
It's not just the
It's just the
yards.
value of running
He's not
back.
as valuable
also-
now as he was 2
doesn't
years
look
ago.
the same.
Yeah, because he's getting older. Then that's the
Let
age.
me ask
And
you
that's
guys
what
a
I've always
question.
said. So I don't know
Let
When
me
you
ask
said
you guys
he's
a
not the
question.
same running back, saying he's not as
Yes,
explosive.
I said
What is-
yes.
what is
that
the
happens
number
when
one
you get
attribute?
older.
But
You
What
don't
is
have
the
the
number one
same range you
attribute
did
that
at
running back
26.
needs to have?
How
But
old
you're
is
not gonna
Dalvin Cook? How old is Dalvin Cook, bro?
But we're not going. But they're not going to sign down to a big contract. They never do that now.
No, they shouldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah. How old is Dalvin?
Like 28.
Oh, that's like
29?
50 in
28.
human years.
Yeah, he approaching that age where people really stop trying to pay running back.
The most important
History that
attribute a running back has is their explosion, and he's lost some of that.
That's all I said. He lost a little bit of his explosive. He getting older.
That's the biggest thing, bro. From the time you hike the ball to the time you hit the A gap, bro. That's the most important thing, bro.
That was for you, Dub.
all I know about Dalvin Cook is this: he has a long injury history that dates back to his times at Florida State. That's really what this boils down to. Like, yes, he's older, he's still productive, he has lost a step, but that happens to most running backs once you get in the league and you actually have to play. The issue at this point is just they're at a crossroads. He plays a position where people are just like, we don't care how good you are. We're just not going to pay you. And on top of that, he has a longer injury history. And because he's one of the more recognizable names in his position, he's going to demand a certain amount of money with his original team. So, yeah, they're looking to move on from him at this point because it's not helping. Now, what I do think is, to whoever asked the super chat, I'm pretty sure if Kirk Cousins' contract wasn't there, that they might be like, okay, maybe we'll front load you something and get you like 14, 15. But
I think the question was his time in Minnesota, which seems like it's coming to an end. Was it wasted because of mid Kirk Cousins?
I think it was wasted, but honestly, okay.
And I also think he seems to be asking, like, what do we do from Kirk Cousins? Almost like, should we move from him? But here's the thing: people like Kirk Cousins and all the other mid quarterbacks, what do you do? Like, you're not gonna get a quarterback in the open market that's gonna be better than him. That's just not gonna happen. And those guys are good enough to where they're gonna win you at least 7-8 games a year. So you're not gonna get a high draft pick. You're just stuck. Like, there's no solution.
Like, the NFL should commit to a rebuild.
I feel like the NFL's in a weird spot. Like, you've got with quarterbacks, you got like the top 5, I think, that are elite. You got the next 5, maybe 7 that are really, really good, but like
they're not at that level yet.
Right there. And then you got this bottom kind of 15 or 16 that are just like they're you don't care. Like, they're trash. Like, they're trash.
Yeah, because you went for a decade almost with guys who either are no longer playing because they've gotten old and retired, or they were misses. Like, for the longest time, there was just miss after miss after miss at quarterback. It's
like, if you look at the quarterbacks that are starting in the AFC South or NFC South, dude.
It's Sam Brat. It goes all the way back to like Sam Bradford. Like,
sorry, OG.
It's bad, bro. It honestly might be it's bad, bro. Yeah, it's bad.
Bro, they gave Sam Bradford $52 million, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. You go back. If you go back to like Sam Bradford to like now and just look at all the quarterbacks that have been taken, freaking Josh Locker, Blaine Gabbert. I mean,
Blaine Gabbert.
Brandon Whedon.
So, and some of the guys got hurt.
Jake Locker.
Injuries happen too, but it's just like there's a big drop. Like, dude, Baker Mayfield starting next year. That's a problem for me.
For my team.
For you. Oh, sorry.
That's tough, bro.
Oh, you're a Bucs fan?
Before Tom Brady, when we was the Succaneers, I can't stand Tom Brady.
Succaneers.
I'm glad he's gone. He messed our season up.
Hey. OJ, you back in Tampa?
Nah, I'm in Richmond for another year. I'll be back in Tampa
July. OJ, you stay in Tampa?
Yep.
I live in Sarasota County, bro.
Oh, nice. That's what's up. I used to. Well, you probably know Port Charlotte. That's where I moved from New York. I grew up there, and then I went to school at USF in Tampa.
Bro,
I know this is off topic. I know it's off topic, but
you live in Northport?
Tampa. I'm in Port Charlotte every day.
Yeah, my mom lives out in Deep Creek, bro. So yeah, it's
how come all your teams are called the Tampa Bay whatevers, but there's no place called Tampa Bay?
There is a place called Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
There's no city. There's no Tampa Bay. There's no city called Tampa Bay.
That's crazy, bro.
No, it's Tampa Bay area. That's what it is.
There's no city called Tampa Bay.
You're right.
I mean, there's also no city called New England, but hey.
All right, fair enough.
That is true.
But Tampa Bay is an officially recognized geographical region.
G baby with the casual cooking.
Of Tampa.
New England.
Nice. That was nice.
There's no New England.
Hey, so we got another super chat. If you were the Vikings GM or owner, Wolf, beside Baby Mahomes, who can you see us drafting next year? Heart emoji, heart emoji.
Who's Baby Mahomes?
Caleb Williams.
I mean,
they're not gonna.
Wait, hold on.
I don't like how you just did that, though.
Who said? Oh my God.
Okay, OJ, you not feeling that?
I'm not buying the hype, just like I'm not buying Victor Menyem-Webu. I'm just not. But we don't have to talk about that though.
Okay,
Dang, so you're just being a hater. That's all that is.
Why don't you buy Caleb Williams though?
Old man Jenkins. Yes, there's a San Francisco Bay Area, but they don't call the teams the San Francisco Bay 49ers. That was my point.
Look at this guy. He went and did some research, man.
Wait, but why you not into Caleb Williams type though?
I'm not. It's not so much I'm not into him. I just kind of scoff at the whole baby Mahomes.
So who are you drafting if you're the Vikings? That's the question.
It depends.
Is it Caleb Williams? If it's not Caleb Williams,
you're not going to be in a position to get a Caleb Williams, and they're not going to be good enough to be in the late picks.
Exactly.
Look, it's a hypothetical.
So I'm saying they need to go.
Are they going quarterback?
They need to go get O-line help.
Or something, or they?
I'm saying they probably need to go get O-line help because I don't think they're going to be in a position to get any of the top quarterbacks.
I mean, there's some things they could do. They could trade Cousins for a first potentially. Who's going to be the worst team in the NFL next year?
That dude for a first?
Who is trading?
Maybe they draft Kool-Aid McThirsty just because he got the best name.
I don't know.
Kool-Aid McKinstry.
He's gonna be high though, so I don't see
trade Cousins and some other.
I don't see them getting.
All right, so
I'm not gonna lie, Kirk Cousins going for like a third.
Where do you think they're picking? Where do you think start there? Where do you think they're picking?
I think they'll be in the mid-20s.
Probably.
Yeah, I can see mid-20s.
Probably
wherever the 8 and 9 teams.
So according to, I'm just pulling up prospects, right? According to the too early draft, guys in the mid-20s are Bullard from Georgia, Kingsley, the offensive tackle from Yale, Quinn Ewers, the QB from Texas. Like, is it positional? Is it just best talent back then when you're at 20? Or do they trade up for a QB? Or do they trade up for a QB?
Trade up for a QB, 100%.
I would think if you're feeling the pressure at that point, you should probably do your best to try and trade up for a QB. I do not think you're going to have the draft capital to do so. And if you are going to trade up and have to hemorrhage yourself that way and giving up draft capital like that, the only person you should really be trying to jump and give away half your damn franchise for is Caleb Williams. Because
I will say this though,
and they're too far back.
The answer to the super chat is if you're the GM of the Vikings and you're not getting Caleb, then you're not doing that.
But remember, guys, Aaron Rodgers is gone, so management and ownership might be content to just think to themselves, "Wait a minute, we arguably have the best quarterback in the division. Let's just ride this thing out. Win a couple, NFC North titles. Call it a day." That might be like in some teams they do
the worst quarterback in the division.
You could argue Kirk Cousins is the best.
You could argue he's the worst.
Which is kind of
he's definitely not worse than Justin Fields, bro.
Yeah,
definitely not.
And
come on, really,
Justin? Who would you rather take right now today?
Right now, you're starting your team. Who are you taking?
Right now, not
right now, Kirk Cousins.
So you started with Kirk Cousins to build your team over Justin
now?
Fields.
Are y'all serious?
I said today. Who are you taking? I didn't say for one season.
I said right now. I haven't seen Justin Fields progress as a passer yet.
Justin Fields passing is atrocious. It's atrocious.
Exactly, Trey, and that's why right now.
He also has guys, but you just said this about AR-15. He also has his legs.
Yeah, thank you.
And his legs.
More fluid.
Now you're more fluid. He's not better than Kirk. What?
G-Babe, can you stop riding for a second, please?
Word! Like, get off the bag. Chill.
Okay.
This guy's a smart guy.
No, he's been riding you heavy. Wow.
I'll be honest with you guys, man.
Let me ask you this, Bears.
You guys are gonna sit here and say Justin Fields is better than Kirk Cousins.
No, I said I'd rather take him for my team today.
That's some hater.
For the future.
Why?
I would rather build my future with Justin Fields.
But that's not the question, bro. We're talking about right now.
We're talking about right now.
Going into week 1 of this season, who would I rather have being my starting quarterback? Kirk Cousins or Justin Fields? I'm picking Justin Fields.
Cousins easily.
Yes, I'm picking
right now. Next season, if we talking about the end of the season,
Fields.
I'm gonna take Justin because he has DJ Moore and stuff. But as of right now, from what I've seen,
but that's what I'm saying. Starting week 1,
he
right
hasn't
now.
played a game yet with him.
Bro,
so as of right now, I'm
you
looking
could
at
give Justin Fields
passing. His passing
you could give Justin Fields Jefferson.
My question to you.
Give him Hill. I'm still taking Cousins. I'm
still taking Kirk Cousins. I'm not gonna hold you.
Okay, so you're starting week 1.
Week 1, I'm taking Dub.
You're taking Kirk Cousins.
G, baby, you doing all that? Well, I don't
You're gonna
understand
hate.
why
You're
you
gonna
trying to do
hate
that.
your team.
You're being biased. Fluent, you're being biased.
Hey,
no, I'm not being biased. I'm not being biased.
Cool.
Come on, bro.
Y'all can call Fluent bias. I'm the third party here. I'm taking Justin Fields.
Thank you.
Trey, there's no way you wait. Hold on, no.
Yeah, you're just
on you,
sticking.
Trey.
You're sticking
Oh,
out
wait,
for
let me not say that.
There's
I
no
don't
way
know
you
why.
say Tua is not good, and you try to pay for Justin Fields as of right now.
Wait, hold on. How did Tua even get in this?
I said there's no way. No, I'm saying there's no way how you say Tua is garbage. He's not
The
good.
only one I'll give you. Sorry, the only one I'll give you is he's definitely better than Jordan Love. That's the only one I'll give you that
But
one.
I'm confused though. But Trey, you're saying Justin like.
I don't think I can name 7 quarterbacks. I think Justin Fields is better than in the NFL, bro.
True.
Honestly, I don't know that I can.
Justin Fields.
I can find you 7.
Justin Fields is top 15 quarterback.
Nah. I don't think there's.
He low-key in the top 20.
Let me rephrase. He will be a top 15 quarterback this season.
So this is a hypothetical conversation.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All I'm saying.
I think he's got an O-line. I think he's
because
got
of DJ Moore, right? The greatest receiver ever.
DJ Moore. I like what he did with the O-line. I really like what he did with the O-line.
Hey, I don't like the little shades you be throwing over here.
DJ Moore is like
I be picking it up. You split.
Man, OJ do be slick. Like, bro, DJ Moore top 15 receiver.
Is a very good receiver.
Yeah, that's a top 15.
Man, I wouldn't say very good.
That's a top 15 guy right there.
Nah, he's not very good. You have to think the receiver position is one of the most loaded positions. So you gotta.
Yeah, he's one of them very good ones.
And he's one of them very good ones.
You know what?
Nah.
He's one of the, let me say this, OJ. He's one of the best receivers the Bears have ever had.
Let me.
You serious, Fluent?
Let me get
Brandon Marshall, and then like after that,
this is the best. I said one of the best.
Man,
But that's
come
not
on,
saying much. Though. They haven't had a lot of great
Exactly.
receivers. You got Brandon Marshalls. So I mean,
And Justin Fields is
Who
going to be
else?
the best
Who
quarterback
else?
they've ever had.
after Brandon Marshall, who else, OJ? After Brandon Marshall, who else, OJ?
no, I'm agreeing with
Willie
Fluent. I'm saying
Dalton?
it's not saying much. To say that he's one of the best receivers they have, it's not saying much because they really haven't had any good receivers. So that's a moot point, is what I'm saying.
Hey, it might be,
Guys,
and I'm glad that you used the correct term.
I got some more
Thank you.
super chats to get to, but before I do, shout out to Lomo Dolphins to the Super Bowl, man. Salute to you, brother.
Hey, put 1,000 on it. Put 1,000 on it, please.
No, he's down bad right now. But how
Yeah,
good
I was
was
gonna say put 1,000 on it.
how good was Eagles D with Foles? That was when we was talking about like the top 5 defenses. The Eagles defense was the top 5 defense 100% that year. Next super chat, yeah. It was just the Super Bowl we got torched.
Keep
but
sleeping on my Falcons. Oh God,
the defense was top 5. Keep sleeping on my Falcons.
I
will.
thought that was D, man, for a second, man.
We gonna go to sleep, all right.
the thing about Falcons teams that are sorry, you don't sleep on them. They're just bad.
Look,
division though.
They're in a bad division. They have a chance.
I will believe in the Falcons when that head coach stops doing stupid things like asking Kyle Pitts to block freaking defensive ends.
Yeah, that's a bad.
That is a terrible look. 100%.
You have Drake London and Kyle Pitts, and somehow your game plan week in and week out is give.
Hold on. I don't know if I completely agree with that.
I don't care what
think you should
position Kyle Pitts
consistently
does
do
he is.
that.
He's a wide receiver.
Kyle, no.
He's not a good blocker. You shouldn't
Kyle
block him.
Pitts is a weapon. It doesn't matter what he's classified as. He is a weapon. He's a problem. That's what he's classified as. You need to be using him, not asking him to block 7 techs. Like,
You don't.
Fair enough.
Kyle Pitts is a backside block. He chop everything backside. You can't put
Kyle
him at
Pitts is
one
not a
attack.
good blocker.
You can't be running to the side, bro.
That's not what you pay him to do, though.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
You gotta use him on the backside.
You crazy saying he's a great blocker.
team.
Who's gonna be the starting quarterback for the Falcons?
Desmond Ritter.
Desmond Ritter will be the quarterback.
And that's who we got to stop sleeping on. Oh,
OJ, to be fair, you have Baker.
They have a stacked deck, though. They have a stacked.
Let me tell you guys. Someone said, to be fair, we have Baker Mayfield. I'm glad we have Baker. Want to know why? Now on Sundays, I don't have to watch football. I'm going to spend more time with God and get closer with God and use those 2 hours or 4 hours.
That's
You know what you should be doing when you get closer to God? Praying for a quarterback.
Hey, Fluent, I'm going to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, man.
Hey, Fluent, guess what we doing? We get a #1 pick next year. Baker going to get up about 3 games.
There you go, baby Mahomes is all yours.
I was about to say Caleb to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Hey, if he comes to Tampa, I'm gonna switch up so quick and I'm gonna get on that baby Mahomes bandwagon.
That's so fire. Deco with a super chat. Wub in the chat. Appreciate you.
I'm gonna
brother.
get you, OJ. If they do get him, I'm gonna get you a Buccaneers jersey that says "Baby Mahomes" on the back.
Oh,
I got you.
I'll
Bro,
wear it probably.
I got
Hey, Fluent, I'm not gonna lie. We might have the one pick and pick somebody else, but I got their ownership. Bro, listen, we went like 4 straight years. I think we drafted a punter, we drafted a kicker. OG, you know what I'm talking about, bro.
I'm telling you,
we
I'm
passed up on Dalvin Cook.
Listen,
Bro.
I still get flack for the punter, bro. I get
Yes,
flack.
bro.
I'm
all
gonna
the
tell you
time.
something. I'm gonna call in every single favor I have, and I have a couple where I might be able to get Roger Goodell to let me announce the pick of what's his name, Kool-Aid McThirsty. I just want to go up and say, and whoever drafts, I know that's not his name. That's what I'm gonna say. I want to say that's all I want to do next season in the draft. Roger Goodell, I know you watch the show. That's all I want.
Andrew Carr with a super chat. And this actually stems to a topic I do want to talk about. D-Hop talked about playing with Lamar. Thoughts on that? Also, Lamar Jackson has talked about the offense with oh my God, what's the coach's name again?
Todd Monken.
Todd Monken. He has talked about the offensive scheme and that he is enjoying being under Todd Monken. And so I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that, and including the acquisition of DeAndre Hopkins. What do you guys think would happen with that? Go ahead.
I feel like
Hey,
I mean,
I don't think-
Cruiser had his hand up. We got to show Cruiser love for that. Go ahead, bro.
I don't think D-Hop.
G baby, your hand was up too. My bad. Yeah, I didn't see it.
No.
I think D-Hop is a good receiver. I don't think he fit a Lamar Jackson type quarterback style because he don't create that much separation, bro.
No, DeAndre Hopkins fits every quarterback
be more
style.
specific.
Oh,
Hey,
Wait. Listen, watch
for the Jackson.
Watch D-Hop. What I'm saying is, bro, D-Hop catch a lot of contested back shoulder catches, bro. That's not Lamar's style, bro.
Hold on. No beef. Nah. I'm not gonna let you get away with that. Be more specific. Don't say that's not his style. Say what you really want to say. Or I'll say it for you.
What? You said what?
You were saying that's not Lamar's style. Say what you really want to say.
No. I'm saying because look, stuff is a lot about system.
Now you're being nice. You're being very nice.
You think Lamar can't throw?
Lamar ain't no good thrower to me at the ball. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
There it is.
So Lamar Jackson, he's not gonna have the consistent ball placement for someone like D-Hop who needs the contested catch.
Crazy radius.
Can I ask something, please? Yeah. Was Tom Savage a good fit for DeAndre Hopkins? Like, come on, bro. Be for real.
Hold on.
Cruiser. Come on. Don't die on this hill, man. Don't die on this hill, Cruiser. Don't die on this hill, Cruiser.
You've made a grave mistake. D-Hop with those quarterbacks, is he the same D-Hop he is today?
Yes, he is. There's nothing that's changed from D-Hop, bro.
There's nothing that's
changed. Trey, come on, man. This ain't D-Hop, man.
What? So, I'm going to ask y'all this right now.
You and Cruiser are dragging it right now.
That's crazy.
Y'all dragging it on both sides.
I'm going to ask you the same question.
Hey, G-Baby, listen.
No, hold on. What from 2020 when he was dropping 1,500, still doing
that's
the same
thing? That's not what he asked. He talked about with Tom Savage and them dudes.
He's the same receiver,
bro. So he had the same
receiver
since 2016 and 2023.
He's been I'm saying the same guy. He's been the same guy.
Let me tell you something.
He's the same type of. What do you mean? What
he's the same type of receiver, of course, but
if D-Hop was the same
receiver,
if D-Hop was the same receiver, he would be the best receiver in the league right now. That version of D-Hop is better than the best version of receivers right now.
G-Baby.
D-Hop is still top 5 to me.
So I don't. He's like. Bro, can we just be honest, bro? See,
that's crazy. You think that's the
same
D-Hop, bro? That's crazy.
How is it great? What's crazy about it,
bro? Listen,
he's still top 5, but it's also not the same
D-Hop, bro. Talk about his game. Look, honest about this, bro. Like, I want to try to make this about Lamar, bro. What I'm saying is, bro, we can at least be honest about this, bro. Y'all don't watch Lamar Jackson throw, bro. Lamar Jackson is not a thrower guy, outside the number guy, open type receiver like D-Hop is. What his ball placement? Let's be honest about that.
I mean,
Lamar Jackson throws up. Listen, Lamar Jackson throws slants really well. He throws anything in front of him up the seam to the tight ends really well. But we talk about when you throwing outside the numbers for D-Hop, he's not a good separation type guy. Watch D-Hop catches.
We know this.
Most quarterbacks either throwing it up here in nice places and he catching it. I don't think that fits Lamar's scheme. That's all I'm saying. I ain't got nothing to do.
Also,
that don't fit
yeah.
him.
Let me
All
be
I'm
more.
saying,
Let
bro.
me
This
be
ain't
more
got nothing to do with
specific.
Lamar.
D-Hop's
But D-Hop's
ability
system,
to create
he's not a
separation over the
separation
years
guy,
has
bro.
gone
You need
down.
separation with Lamar.
He's never been a creative separation guy, so I
Oh,
don't.
but he was
Okay,
much
so Trent,
better though.
He's never been
No,
a
he
creator of
wasn't.
separation,
Yes.
and now it's worse. He's
It's
never
not
been
worse
that
to
good.
me. I don't see. I don't know
Hold on,
where
Trent,
y'all see
Trent,
that.
Trent,
His
Trent,
separation is always
Trent,
never.
do you understand that injuries like hamstring injuries and some of these other injuries, they add up, bro, and they impact
Yeah, but
people's
I
ability
saw
to
him
be
in.
explosive?
I saw
Like,
him in 9 games. He got 700 yards while being
Yes, he's
suspended.
still top 5, but he's also not the same as he was in his
bro,
physical
he's not
prime.
the same
Two
guy,
things
bro.
can be true at the
The
same
thing is,
time.
okay,
Two
you're
things can
talking
be true
about
at the
the
same time,
physical prime. You're
Bro,
talking about the separation.
he said that's what Cruiser said. Cruiser said he's
But-
not the same. But
Okay,
well, he was
my
talking
main
about Lamar
point was-
too, but we all
Bro.
acknowledge D-Hop is still top 5.
No,
but he's also
hold
not
on,
the same.
wait. Hold on. No,
I know,
didn't
Cruiser,
say-
you were talking about Lamar. I know. That's why I
No,
corrected
OJ
you.
said that.
D-Hop
OJ
is still
said
a top receiver. What
Yes,
I'm saying
he
is, I'm saying, listen, bro, D-Hop is not a, like, let's say, like a Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, Keenan Allen, or Stephon Diggs. Guys like that, D-Hop don't create that much separation. A lot of his catches are tough catches, bro. Watch him, bro. Like,
Do you
let's be
think
real.
Kyler Murray throws the better outside numbers than Lamar Jackson?
You said what?
100%, yes.
Like,
100%.
that far, you think it's not even close?
He does.
It's
throw the
okay.
outside-
Put it this way, Trent.
He
It's
does it a
clear.
little better, but I don't think it's
The
'cause-
difference is clear to me. We'll put
Okay,
it that
fine.
way.
Okay.
Even then,
You know what D-Hop remind me of?
All right, wait.
D-Hop can get separation like, what's your boy playing for the Bears we were just talking about?
Brandon
What Tyreek Hill just told your boy?
Brandon Marshall?
Brandon Marshall. He that type guy, bro, where they don't get that much separation, but they make tough. They big receivers. I'm not asking him, but you asking Lamar to throw in tight windows. He's not a tight window thrower. We know this. Let's be honest. He's not an outside number guy. Now he can throw your slant. He can throw everything on the scene. But we talk about a deep out route. We talk about the timing post. I ain't talking about when he running wide open. We talk about as soon as he get to 12 to 15 yards, that thing out. That's not his game.
Lamar
That's
has
all
been
I'm saying.
anticipation.
Now,
Okay.
it might change. It might change this year. I want to see how he look under Monkey. That's what I'm saying. But for
Bro, if he
D-Hop, I
ever
don't
got
think that
D-Hop,
fits.
bro,
That's all
he's
I'm
getting
saying.
a ring.
All I'm gonna say about the D-Hop thing. All I'm saying about the D-Hop thing. If we're adding D-Hop to this offense, I think that would be great for Lamar. I think one of the things that would help those accuracy numbers go up is the fact that you have a guy who can kind of catch some of those. Maybe they might be a little errant passes here and there, because we've seen DeAndre Hopkins. That's the one thing he can do, regardless of the fact that he can't create separation half the time. He has gigantic hands, and his ball skills are ridiculous.
Best catch radius,
Well,
absolutely.
Yeah. My whole thing with adding D-Hop to that offense would be this. He's now in his early 30s. He's had a PED suspension, and he's had multiple years with injuries. And you already signed Odell. You have Rashad Bateman, and you just drafted Zay Flowers in the first round. So that's a lot of capital that you've already devoted to that position, including one of those guys who is an aging receiver who's coming off injury in Odell. So are you going to double down and do it again for a guy who's also still going to be demanding top tier money? Because he ain't coming at a discounted price.
Nah, D-Hop want money.
Go all in. Go all in. The goal is to win a championship. You sign Lamar back, all that. Go all in.
Yes, but what I'm saying is they've devoted enough resources at this point at that position for them to look at the D-Hop thing and be like, at this point, that is a luxury. If you want it, cool. But do you need it right now? No. What you really need to do is start turning and looking at the other side of the ball, because quiet is kept. That's been one of the worst parts of their team.
The defense?
In terms of personnel?
Nah, Trey, you losing me.
Trey, you
losing me. You had a great
Wait.
You said the defense been the worst part as far as personnel?
Hear me out.
It's a monologue, not a soliloquy.
Sorry, I apologize.
Hear me out.
Yes,
Hear me out, Chief. I get it. Baltimore has been known for defense literally for as long as I have been watching football my entire life. I get it. We know that. Just because they are wearing that purple and black uniform does not mean they're Ed Reed, does not mean they're Chris McAllister, does not mean they're Terrell Suggs in it.
You are absolutely right.
Marlon Humphrey, very good player. I personally think he should kind of be a safety, but that's another conversation. Still think he's a really good player. You have some other good pieces on there, but in terms of that like unit being what it's been in the past, no, it's not. And the personnel, it's lacking.
So may I interject?
Go for it.
Because you said the defense, as far as personnel wise, has been the worst part about that team. That's what you said, correct?
No, what I'm saying is that's the worst part of it now. That's where you need to be devoting your resources to now. Instead of looking at a D-Hop, because D-Hop is a luxury now. If you were gonna try and get a dude like D-Hop, what you should have done was left Odell on the street and said, we're gonna go get D-Hop, we're gonna pay this money, we're gonna bring him in, and then we'll take Zay Flowers. And that'll be what we do in terms of what our devoting our resources to, as opposed to we're gonna get Odell, draft Zay Flowers in the first round, and then turn around.
And I can agree with that logic. However, we talking about, because we still, even though I believe, so let me get this before everybody go crazy. I believe Zay Flowers will make a positive impact. I believe if Rashad Bateman is healthy, he can produce. Obviously, Mark Andrews is still there. I believe that offense will be better as currently constructed. I'm the one on here who I said I believe OBJ can get 1,100 if he plays 14, 15 games. So I believe that offense will be better. However, personnel, that offense has not been up to par in years compared to the defense. That defense has been, at the very least, it's been a top 10 unit for the past 3-4 years.
That's what. Hey, you misconstrue what I'm saying. I agree with you. What I'm saying is now that you have devoted these resources to the offense, you have paid your quarterback, you have gotten him weapons, you're still trying to retool that offensive line. We'll see if Ronnie Stanley can come back and actually be good. What I'm saying is now where you need to focus the rest of your time and effort in terms of personnel and resources to get new players, you no longer should be looking at the offensive side and saying, hey, we still need to fill something in. You got enough. The issue is
they don't have enough. They need a new quarterback.
No, okay. I'm not going that route. I'm not going that route.
Who needs a new quarterback?
No.
Who needs a new quarterback?
We know how he feels about Lamar Jackson.
I want to hear him explain it. Let him explain it.
OJ, he said they need a new quarterback.
There's not much to explain. As long as Lamar Jackson here, he is who he is. You could bring in Odell, bring in whoever you want, bring in T.O. I don't know, like give him a health potion, like make him 25 again. It doesn't matter. Lamar is who he is, bro. And at the end of the day, realistically speaking, if Deshaun Watson does what he needs to do, really you're talking about he's the third best quarterback in that division?
I mean, that's not, if Deshaun Watson comes back, if Deshaun Watson come back hooping, Deshaun Watson could be a top 5 quarterback.
That's the reality of what we're looking at.
So that's not
bro.
crazy to say. However,
so when it comes to the Ravens, bro, I'm not excited.
I agree with that, but he's still being nasty. Trey, I feel you, but also too, you just brought it up yourself. Odell, he coming off an injury. Zay Flowers, even though we all expect him to be great, I don't know. I'm not going to bank on a rookie until I see him do it. And Rashad Bateman hasn't shown me that he can stay healthy. So you got your top 3 receiver options. 2 people who are literally coming off of injuries and injury prone, and a rookie who we don't know. Now, you got Mark Andrews. That's great. And we've seen if Lamar Jackson's playing just with Mark Andrews alone, they're going to win games. They're going to win games. Trust me. Ain't nobody questioning that. But that offense, it's still like it, even though on paper it looks like it should be good. There's too much injury prone. It's too injury prone for you to be like, all right, that's good. We know the defense is gonna be a top 10 unit. Roquan Smith and all them dudes over there, they gonna be top 10 regardless.
Baby.
They gotta fall off a cliff to not be top 10.
If your argument for the offense is that because they've signed, they have guys that have question marks, so I'm still not completely sold on that offense. You know what doesn't help that? 30-year-old guy who's coming off a suspension and multiple injuries.
Dog. What?
That, you think that won't help?
Okay, so here's the little difference with that. We're talking about DeAndre Hopkins. And when DeAndre Hopkins came back, even though I don't agree with Trent, he ain't the same as 2017, 2018 Dion. He's still like that though. He's still elite though. And that helps, and it takes pressure off of everybody else. So that way, I'll give it to you like this, because I don't know about Zay Flowers, like because we just got to see if Odell goes down, bro. We're gonna be having the same problems we had last year about I don't know about these weapons and blah yada yada yada, so on and so forth.
If Odell goes down, Zay Flowers is gonna slide out to Z, and they'll be just fine.
We hope. We hope.
Cruiser. Say your question, and then I gotta move it along.
I think Zay gonna have a little bit of learning curve, like when he first come into the league. If he do start to get good, I think it's gonna be late in the season.
Which isn't crazy.
A dude who runs routes like that usually translates very early. I'll just say that.
Got you. I witnessed Daniel Jones beat Kirk Cousins. Enough.
3-yard check down on 4th and 8.
He's a casual for saying that dumbass shit.
3-yard check down on 4th and 8.
Yeah, MF. I'm not gonna say the word. Got CTE. This is a mid-off. Kirk and Goff are damn near the same. Only reason we don't think Goff bad in primetime is because lines don't get them games.
He was playing. Jared Goff was playing primetime on the Rams and was going crazy against Mahomes. So I don't want to hear
that. Jared Goff isn't that good, bro.
That's one. I mean, he killed the Saints. He killed the Saints.
Prime Kirk Cousins is abysmal.
Game.
It's the Saints. We know this. They know for choking.
Ooh, sorry about that, G baby. I try to shoot your guy some bail. How good do you think Kyler will be without D Hop? I think he's gonna fall off a cliff, bro.
He was never that good to begin with.
I was just about.
Oh, so G baby. So how bad do you think Kyler Murray's gonna be
without D Hop?
Yeah,
because I don't believe in Hollywood Brown. I don't care what he looked like before. He ain't got the weapons to do it.
So how bad do you think
he's gonna take a hit? He's gonna take a hit. He ain't got the weapons to do it. He'll still be top 20. He'll still be in the top 15 range, but he ain't gonna be. He ain't gonna be looked at. Well, Kirk Cousins should be better because he got all the weapons.
Oh, now he should be better, right? I thought he was getting college benefit to doubt.
He's throwing to Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison with TJ Hawkinson. What you mean?
You say you was giving him the benefit of the doubt, so he should be better.
Yeah, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. But if D-Hop isn't there, as of right now, D-Hop is still on that team. If he's not there to start the season, I don't believe in him because he doesn't have the weapons.
I remember after the Cardinals went like 8-0 or whatever, everyone had Kyler at like top 3. It's funny.
Oh yeah, top 10, top 5. They were all saying. I told them they were wrong.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray
didn't listen.
Oh yeah, that was actually a good thing. Flynn was right about. Nice job.
Wait, so D-Hop is a free agent right now, right?
No,
he's on the team. He needs to get traded.
They're trying to trade him. They're trying to fish.
They're trying to trade him because he wants too much money and they don't want to pay him.
And they're basically going through a rebuild.
Oh,
they have no reason to pay him.
Hold on a second. I have a question. Did D-Hop have a conversation with Trent and Trent convinced him he's the same guy he was 5 years ago? That's why he wants all that money.
So you think,
wait, what?
So you think 2020 D-Hop and this D-Hop is the same person? It's not the same person?
No, I think this person is 3 years older.
2015?
No, I think this D-Hop is 3 years older.
7 years is what changed.
Yes.
Trent
doesn't have to
understand.
Are you the same person 3 years ago that you were today?
You said what?
I said, are you the same person today that you were 3 years ago? I would hope not.
OJ, come on, bro. Come on,
Come logic, sir.
No, it's not logic because we're talking about D-Hop was a receiver. I don't know, but from 2015,
nobody said his play style changed. He's
Trent. Trent. It go like it's not even.
Yes, he's gotten older. Yes, we all.
It's not just older.
No. Not only that.
A bunch of injuries
he got older. Hold on. He got older.
Hurt last year.
Hold on. He got older. Hold on. He got older. He was injured.
He not in the season hurt?
And now he's off PEDs. 3 big things happened. 3 things happened. I just said he got older. He got hurt. And he's off the PEDs. Those are big things.
Oh my God! Get out of here!
He got out of here, guys. He got suspended. He came back and was bowling. Then he got hurt. He ended the season hurt. So now he's coming into it. Yeah, he got a full off season, but he just came off an injury.
Which
He's
is
getting
why
older. It is what it is. LeBron ain't the same as he was in 2016. He got
What you mean he
older,
got
more
hurt? Did
injuries. It
He
happens.
didn't.
He's the same
Correct me
player,
if I'm
but
wrong.
he's
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did he miss any games after he came back from suspension?
yes, he got hurt towards the end of the year, Dub. You want to know how I know? Because I had him in fantasy and he cost me a championship because he wasn't there.
Okay. But G baby, you do realize I think it was a hamstring injury, right? It was questionable.
He's had a
Got
lingering
hurt, Dub.
hamstring
Whatever
for
the
a while.
injury
Wait,
was.
time out. It was a
suspended for 6
He
games.
got
He was
hurt, and I
suspended for
still
6
think he's
games.
the same player.
He was suspended for 6 games and he played 9, so he missed two games.
2 games
At
towards
the
the
end of the season when he
right?
got hurt, and they were already
But to
eliminated
be
from
fair,
playoff
though,
Did he
contention.
get
even
surgery?
before-
Did he get surgery on that leg?
No.
I don't
But-
know.
No,
Well, listen.
Doug,
Well,
yeah.
let's be
Even before he
G
got
baby.
hurt, he
Use
was
your
nursing
fucking
injury.
head. You know what?
I don't
probably
know,
happened?
Doug.
No,
I
you
don't
know
know
what
if he
probably
got
happened.
injury.
He probably
I don't know if he got surgery.
He tweaked his hamstring a bit.
And
He's
they're
like, no,
already losing.
I'm not playing. They're already losing 2 games left. I'm not gonna play. I'm just not gonna play. I'm gonna just sit out. I'm just not gonna play the rest of these games because this team is trash.
So,
That's
hey,
exactly what
okay.
happened. I could promise. Y'all bet
Was he
$1
hurt?
million
Was he hurt or
on
not? Was he okay? Answer this question. Yes or no?
bro,
Was he
the
hurt or not?
man.
Okay,
the
but you
man
talking about that injury like he tore his ACL.
facts.
I
Like,
don't care.
it got
Okay, so
hurt.
let me ask.
Don't
Okay,
care.
let me ask the question.
Everybody
Now
was
we
a
care
got
less.
Okay, so let me ask
Everybody
the
was a
question.
wide
Hold on.
receiver
Does a
who
hamstring
gets-
injury
Hold on.
hurt worse when you're 26 or when you're 30?
Wait a minute. Why is it that G Baby and I say that he was hurt? And your immediate response is, well, what if it wasn't that bad? Well, what if it was really severely bad and you just don't know about it either?
It wasn't that bad. We would
I don't know.
have
Can
known.
you talk to the team doctors?
We would have known.
You
It would
don't
have.
have a ring
No,
doctor
you
show?
know. You know
Give
what
me
the
a doctor
injury. No,
show?
stop that.
Doctors?
You know what the
Give me a
injury
doctor
was.
show.
That
That's
they
crazy.
tell on
That's
that.
crazy.
I know he was hurt enough to where he
Fuck
didn't
you.
finish the season.
They
He was
tell it
hurt enough to
though.
where he didn't finish the season.
Tell me what they said.
What do you mean?
Tell me what they
I'm not.
said.
I'm talking about when players have an injury and it gets bad. They
Yeah.
would say, "Oh, he's out," or they'll get.
That doesn't automatically mean it was the same situation with D-Hop. You're assuming that.
Your immediate
And you're assuming the injury was bad.
You both
Okay.
are
They played.
No.
They could have sat out. They
Trent,
sucked this
The
year.
facts- No, the
They're
facts
not
are.
assuming
The
that
facts
it
are.
was bad,
He
but
was
they're
on the
open to the
injury
possibility
report.
that it's bad.
He was
That's the
on
difference.
the
You're just
injury
assuming.
report.
Oh, he tweaked and he was fine and he sat out because they
He
were
was
losing.
on the
You're just
injury
making an
report. That is
assumption.
a
You don't
fact.
know.
And both of y'all
That
make
is a
assumptions
fact. He
that
was
was
on the
serious.
injury
Let me look.
report.
I'll look it up.
No,
for you.
I'm just all I said was off the PEDs, hurt and older. I'm sorry.
Like,
Once a
yeah,
receiver hits
at the end of the day,
31,
he was on
he's
the
turning
injury
31
report,
next
and
week.
that-
Dude,
He was on the injury
I mean,
report, and y'all
you're being
speculating
nice.
as to
You're
how
being
bad
nice,
the
Louis,
injury
to
was.
be honest with
I
you,
didn't
bro.
argue that.
Oh,
He was
so
on
being-
the
But
injury
I'm
report.
still
28,
saying,
they're
from
over
what
the hill.
I've seen from his game, he's still the same player.
Hey,
What
From
has changed?
2016.
when was the last time you saw him play?
Last
Last
season, he was
season,
balling.
come on,
He was balling last
Even with
season.
Colt McCoy.
And he's not the same as 2016, 2017.
But we're
How?
still-
2019.
Tell me, explain it. Explain it.
Bro, how
No,
many
he's not
times we gotta
the
say the
same
same
snap.
shit?
I'll-
Oh my
Can
I
God,
say
bro,
something real
make me
quick?
curse you out.
Go
How
ahead,
many
go
times
ahead.
we gotta
Can I
say
say
It's
something
not
real
something,
making
bro?
sense.
LeBron
Bro, is
James
LeBron
this year
James the same
averaged
player
like
from
28, 8,
2016,
and 8.
No, hold
Why
on,
are you comparing
hold
LeBron
on.
to D-Hop?
No, Trent, because
No,
you know exactly.
Why?
I'm making a point.
Why
that
are
you
you
don't see
comparing
that.
that?
Answer the question. Is LeBron James the same guy from 2016?
No, because of his play. His play is not the same from 2012.
He's the same
Dog.
player.
But
He's the same
statistically,
player.
No, he's not.
His play style ain't
Trent, but
changed.
statistically,
He's
he's
not the
putting
same
up
player
better
from
numbers.
2015, bro.
LeBron James still gets in the post. He still
LeBron
hits
is not
he
the
still
same
kicks
player
out
from
the shooters.
2015,
He
bro.
still drives and kicks
He's
out.
not the same player.
He's the same
Hey.
guy, bro.
He's not the same player, bro.
Hey,
He's
Doug.
not
He's not.
as good. He's the same guy.
Doug.
He's
Same
not.
thing.
He's not as good as he
D-Hop
was
is
in
not
2015,
as explosive.
2013.
He's got too many
Hey.
injuries. It is
What?
what it is. He got
Hey,
older.
Doug.
So,
He's
G baby,
older.
you really about to say right here, his play from 2013 to 2022, 2023 is the same?
He's
Hold
still
on.
elite, but it's not the. He's not the
He's
same
not
guy.
the same player.
He's not the same
Fellas,
guy, bro.
fellas. Cruiser,
Oh,
go ahead real
hey,
quick.
listen.
And then OJ has something to say too.
I'm gonna tell y'all the perfect place for DeAndre Hopkins. The New York Jets
Oh my
is
fuck.
the perfect place for DeAndre Hopkins. That's the perfect place for him. That's the type of quarterback he needs. Aaron Rodgers is the perfect place for him.
I'm not mad at that.
I mean, that's a Super Bowl.
Isn't Aaron Rodgers hurt too?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he broke his thumb. He good now.
Throwing hand?
Yes.
Yeah, he has a whole offseason.
Broke
got
his thumb
plenty
in
of
his
time.
throwing hand.
I mean,
He
and
has
he's
plenty
throwing
of
the
time.
ball.
G baby, you like him
Already-
at G baby?
He's already throwing the ball and OTAs.
That's a 6 week Yeah, that's
Yeah,
bad.
he's good,
But the
bro.
reason, so LeBron James this year averaged, I believe, someone could keep me honest here, I believe he averaged close to 29s. It's like 28, 8, and 6. So in 2016, so those averages were actually better than 2016. But LeBron James is inferior to his 2016 version, even though the stats would say otherwise. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, D-Hop was balling in the stats and everything else, but we still know that he took a step back. He regressed. That's all I'm trying to say. That's why I brought up LeBron James, to show that stats don't necessarily show everything.
So you said, I want to be clear, because you said that DeAndre Hopkins was still balling last year, right? That's what you said.
To use the term they use. Yeah.
That's the term they use. I just want to be clear. So he comes back from his PED suspension. He goes, let's see, 10 for 103. Then he goes 12 receptions for 159 and a touchdown. Then the next week, 4 receptions for 36 yards, 10 for 98, 9 for 91, 4 for 87, 7 for 79, 11 targets, 7 for 60, and in his last game on 10 targets, he goes 1 for 4 yards. So yeah, it sounded like he started off the season pretty good, but it sounded like he was starting to show his age at the end of the season.
But
That's
not
not-
just
that's
that,
not-
but
That's
Cooper,
not
it
his
wasn't just
age.
that.
You know
Who was that
what
last game
happened.
against
Because
Florida?
Kyler Murray,
Overtime game. Overtime game.
What? No, but what game was that
just
fluent
gone.
game? What was that last
The
game?
call-
The one for four.
Context is just gone, bro.
The one for 4,
Fluent. What was that last game?
not
Who
here.
did they play that last game?
Tampa Bay.
Okay, that was the game Kyler Murray didn't play. That's why he was 1 for 4, because old boy was missing him like crazy.
So I'm just saying, 3 touchdowns, 700 yards, like that's
In how many
good.
games?
In 9 games.
I'm not hearing that, bro. Come on.
9 games.
That's great.
good. That's
That's
good.
ball.
That's really good. Okay,
That's in
all.
9 games.
I'm
That's
I'm
ball.
trying to get the clarity on what you're
Hold on, you guys
Just
think
think
Drake
about it.
Bell in 9
1,200
game is good?
Watch this. 1,200 yards. A 1,200 yard season in a 16. Well, now 17 game. 17 game season, right? What's that? 1,200 and 17 teams. What's that? What's 17 divided by that?
I got it.
Like 70 yards.
It's like 70 yards a game.
Yeah,
And a guy who's a 12,000 yard receiver, 1,200 yard receiver, we would think they're really good. DeAndre Hopkins was on pace for that in those 9 games.
Okay.
So why are we going to question how good he is?
I'm asking, is that your definition of balling? That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, he was balling 100%.
Because
If you're getting above 70 yards per game,
he was averaging 77 yards a game.
damn near 80 yards per game.
Targets. A lot of targets. Yeah.
Nah, I don't wanna hear
That's
that
a lot of
targets.
targets.
I'm not hearing that targets.
All these guys get a lot
He
of
did.
targets.
No.
All of these guys get tons
He had
of
100. He had 100 targets in 9 games. Like they targeted him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
I'm just clarifying, guys. I'm just making
Yeah,
a point.
you're talking about it like it's a caveat.
No,
like,
I'm just asking a question. I'm really just asking a question.
You know what you're doing. You're getting nasty.
I'm just
He does
asking
know
a
what he's
question.
doing.
Yes, that's nasty.
I
That's like
like
me
it,
saying,
though.
yeah, it's like me saying Cooper.
I'm just
Kupp
saying that
and
every
Michael Thomas just got
single week he had less yards. That's all I'm saying.
It's not because of his injury. I think Michael Thomas is. I mean, not Michael Thomas. DeAndre Hopkins. Oh, at the end of the day, he didn't show any signs of regression like that. Maybe if he's not.
No, don't get me wrong. I'd love to have
back up.
D-Hop on my team. I'm just.
We know you love him on the Bears.
I love him on the Bears. He won't come, but I would love him on the Bears.
He's better than DJ Moore, that's for sure.
He's significantly better than DJ Moore.
My whole point in this entire argument was that specifically with him going to Baltimore, at this point, you've invested enough capital at that position, and it doesn't make sense for you to turn around and then try and grab D-Hop, knowing you're going to have to pay him. He's an older dude who's dealing with injury, and you just signed an older receiver who's been dealing with injuries.
Yeah, but hold on. If you just signed Lamar Jackson to a gazillion-dollar deal, and you have an opportunity to add another significantly good offensive weapon for him, you have to at least entertain that conversation.
Okay.
You have to, or else you're not doing your job as a GM. You
They
have
still
to.
got Nelson Aguilar.
Okay,
Exactly.
Come on, bro. He's
Move
garbage.
Aguilar.
Nelson Aguilar is garbage.
Move Aguilar to where he belongs, into a trash.
Loser, stop bringing up Nelson Aguilar, man. Stop bringing him up. It's like the third time, bro.
Hey, G baby. Nelson Aguilar gonna have 6 touchdowns next year.
Bro, he's not even better than Hollywood Brown, bro.
He's not gonna have 6 receptions next year.
Nasty. Speaking of D Hop, there's a lot of rumblings of him in KC. Anyone thinks that this is happening, and what does this do for
If
KC?
that happens,
If he takes a significant pay cut because he wants to win a Super Bowl, that's the only way it's happening.
Yep, pretty much.
If they ever get DeAndre Hopkins, they 3P.
DeAndre Hopkins is funny because he thinks he has leverage.
Old man Jenkins wants to know why the Justin Fields propaganda. Okay, go.
Yes, if Patrick Mahomes can beat that vaunted Eagles defense with Juju and McCole Hardman, he can win a Super Bowl with DeAndre Hopkins.
Nah, but Trey, to go back to your luxury thing, yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. A lot of things is luxury, like the rumors on Derrick Henry going to the Eagles. Yeah, if they do that, they're going to the Super Bowl. They're probably winning the Super Bowl because you have the best running game. That's probably gonna be one of the best running offenses of all time. But
I'm just saying,
it's not happening. Like I even heard early when Derrick Henry was like rumored to be on the trade block. The first team I heard was Kansas City. It's always the best team, the best player. They always try to match them up. It rarely ever happens.
That's what happens with like freaking like Knicks fans and Lakers fans.
Anytime there's a free agent,
literally the Knicks, they have a picture of every free agent, every superstar in the Knicks jersey. Like,
yo, do you know they were selling? I know there's a football club, but do you know they were selling tickets and stuff or programs for season tickets with pictures of KD on there?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was embarrassing.
Crazy.
Josh Diaz with a super chat. I don't know what the PD situation was for D-Hop, but wouldn't that kind of be like he knows he's taking a step back and trying to get back to where he was? Could be a casual take, but I figured. I'd ask. Shout out Dub.
Yeah, Trent.
That's a nasty. I know he's not doing it intentionally.
I guess DeAndre Hopkins the new Brian Cushing now. Hey, I guess so.
That's a nasty narrative. I'll put it like that.
Listen, 50% least 50% of pro athletes are taking something. So
hey, bro, Fluent. This is what I don't get though, Fluent.
The older, the more they take.
Yeah.
A lot of them sometimes take stuff to try to get back faster too. Sometimes, but man, and a cortisone shot, that's PED. It's enhancing so you can play. It's bullcrap.
Well, here's the funny thing about PEDs. First of all, people don't even understand what PEDs are. That's the first thing. But more importantly, there are ways.
For athletes,
every single athlete. Well, no, because there's different types of PEDs. But every single athlete does a legal version of PED use because in the off season, it's allowed. They go and they get EPO, which is where they take your blood out. Like, let's say you have a bad knee, they take the blood out of your knee, they pump it up full of oxygen and shoot it back in your own blood back into your knee. But the boost of oxygen helps you heal significantly, like 100 times faster, and the knee pain goes away. Well, if you do that in season, EPO is illegal, but if you do it in the off season, it's okay. So that's what I'm saying. I've learned a lot because I'm doing this article. So it's so fraudulent that you'll let them do it here, but you won't let them do it there. You can't actually test for half of them. You don't test 75% of the players during the season. Just let them do it. I say just let pro athletes in team sports do it. Just go. Whatever it does to your body, that's you're a grown man. Go ahead and do it. Like, just let them all do it. Make it fair because it's the guys that have the most money that are able to do it and do it in a way that won't get caught versus the bottom tier guys who are already at a disadvantage, who can't afford to do it, or they do the steroids, which you get caught because it's so easy to catch.
Right.
Okay, I'm done. Go ahead, Dub.
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, I don't mind. You said what?
I said that
super chat.
I
didn't think it was ridiculous. I mean, I think it's fair to say, and I would venture to say that older players might be more reliant on it than younger players. They need that edge. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it's a fair take.
Josh Diaz with a follow-up to that. Promise I wasn't pushing a narrative. I'm a legit casual. Appreciate y'all's perspectives. Go Bears.
You got the best team, baby.
Well, I mean, of course you're a casual. You're a Bears fan. It goes without saying.
Love you, though. Chicago Bears.
You're a Bears fan because they close by Canada.
I'm a Bears fan. I'm a Bears fan because
he's a front runner.
In a very, 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 very long time ago, before all of you were born, my uncle took me to a Bears game, and he said, "This isn't that Canadian crap 3 downs, and it's not the thing you kick with your foot. This is real football." And it was Mike Ditka's rookie year coaching. I saw Walter Payton rush for like a 63-yard touchdown. They beat the Lions in overtime by a field goal, and I'm like, that's my team. And a couple years later, they won a Super Bowl, and everything was crazy. And so I've been loyal to them ever since. So
You've been a Matthew Stafford hater for a while now, then.
Until he won a Super Bowl. So Braun using then from Andrew.
Absolutely.
That's so funny. Lamar said after practice today that the new system they got consists of less running and more passing. So we're going to see what his passing is really about. From Benny from the block.
Yeah, it is. It is. They doing freaking Skelly. That's why he's doing all that passing. Ain't nobody running out there with no pass right now.
Someone needs to teach. Someone needs to teach Lamar Jackson how to throw a spiral instead of them laser beams he be throwing. Like, we could start there.
Why do you hate Lamar Jackson?
Show it, yo.
Bro, hold on.
How do y'all always find?
Let me ask you guys a question. Is that not a fair take? Have you guys ever seen Lamar Jackson throw a spiral?
Honest question. Bro. We've seen Lamar Jackson throw a spiral.
I have.
The Jacksonville game when he threw up like an 80-yard bomb, that was a spiral, bro.
The game he lost, that generational talent. But continue.
Lamar got a pretty release, though. He got a little pretty little release.
OJ, you've never.
So look at us talking about how pretty somebody's spiral is. What do you know?
A thrower of the football.
Thrower of the football, man.
Now you know how J-Rob get
more thrower of the football
situation so bad. He knew what Ben was talking about. He was just dragging it.
I feel bad. OJ, you have nothing to say to that?
I mean, I don't hate Lamar Jackson. I think he's a dope guy, man. I actually went and saw his game last week and stuff like that. But also, I'm convinced I don't think he'll ever truly be successful and reach a Super Bowl in the NFL.
Hey, OJ, you still think Derek Carr better than Lamar Jackson?
No, you don't.
When did I ever say that?
Oh, that's Mookie, bro.
I could have swore he was on that agenda too, though. That he was like barely top 10.
No.
Lamar Jackson is like, I don't know. Lamar Jackson's like a top 7 quarterback. People think I'm a hater. I'm not, bro. He needs to significantly improve his passing to me.
So OJ, the way you talking,
I love that take though, right? I have him as a top 7 QB, but because you criticize him, people think you're a hater. What is up with people? Like they don't care where you rank them. It's just like you can never say anything bad or you're a hater. Like, man.
OG.
Yeah,
OJ, I just want to know, just because your rankings are the way you talk. Who better, Lamar Jackson or Trevor Lawrence? That's all I need to know.
Oh, I mean, it's Lamar Jackson easily. Trevor Lawrence is starting to get overrated.
Okay. I just wanted to know how you feel.
Yeah, where people have him, I'm not there yet, bro. It's like, all right, you guys.
Yeah, he's at 8.
Yeah, I'm top 10, right?
Like,
yeah, he's top 10.
Yeah, he's top 10.
Or Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence still got to grow. He's still maturing.
Yeah.
Cool. Staying as a Bears fan is tough. Seeing Cutler kill my team. I feel bad for you. It's okay, man.
I love Cuddy.
We're all not like
dude though. Cuddy is such a good dude though. He's such a good dude.
We're all not like G baby, where as soon as the Saints not win the division this year, he's just gonna.
Y'all love bringing that up.
The Saints better win the division.
I'm sorry.
The Bears are the opposite of the Patriots.
Bad, bro. If we don't win it, bro, I'm done. I'm going to Duval.
Just switch now. Listen, G baby. I know. Listen, we're on the same wavelength. Bill Belichick says something is very important. It's better to go a year early than a year late. Go now.
Because if they win the Super Bowl, you're gonna be, oh my God, Duval.
If Trevor Lawrence and the boys win the Super Bowl this year with how stacked the AFC is, hell yeah,
bro,
I'm pulling up with a T-Law jersey. I'm gonna have a beanie.
You have no idea how living in Florida, that Duval crap is so annoying, bro. It's like, okay,
I hate hearing it.
Jacksonville is such a lame city, bro. Like, I don't care what anyone says, and that's all they have is the whole Duval.
It's okay. That generational talent will bring it to prominence.
Duval, generational talent.
By the way, just so everyone knows,
what'd you say, Dub?
Officially, I'm gonna be a Chiefs fan this season.
You're gonna be a what?
I'm gonna be a Chiefs fan officially this season. I'm gonna take a year off of the book.
OJ, you went to goddamn Charlotte or Port Charlotte?
What was that?
You went to Charlotte or Port Charlotte?
I went to Charlotte High School, and when I went to Charlotte High School, man, It was very racist and stuff. It was way back in the
When
day.
you graduate, what year
Did
you
you say a
graduated?
Chiefs fan or a Chiefs
I'm
fan?
36. I graduated in 05.
Oh, you went. Hey, I'm 38.
You guys-
I graduated in 04.
You guys babies.
Hey guys, I look good for my age, don't I?
in 05,
I bet
man.
you I was
No,
surprised.
no. I thought you were 25. You look horrible for your age.
Hey, you went to school with Pac-Man them.
Yeah, I did, man. Pac-Man was nice.
That explains that ugly jumper.
Justin Midget as well. He thought he was better than Chris Leak, and so he went to UF, and
He won better than Jeff Corselletti.
Guys, have your reunion off camera.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. My bad. I'm sorry.
Come on.
I mean, fluent. Sorry, but Mookie talk crap about Jimmy Graham. He wild.
Yeah, saying
Out
Jimmy
of
Graham
all the
is not a top
songs, you
2.
picked that one.
because they boys.
Is Kupp better than any of these wide receivers? Adams, Jettas, Hill, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs.
3, 4, 5. Cool, G. 3, 4, 5.
Talent-wise, no.
Cooper Kupp is better than than 3, 4, and 5.
I want to hear Dub's opinion on this because Dub was on Cooper's. Yeah. You still high on Cooper, Dub?
Who, Cooper Kupp?
Yeah.
What? That man is better than Jamar Chase. He's better than Stephon Diggs. And those are the only two I accept.
Cooper Kupp is better than Jamar Chase.
Why is he
Yeah,
better than
100%.
Diggs?
No.
It's
Wow.
close. It's
Stephon
close. Very close with Stephon.
Yeah. It's close. It's close, Dub. You right.
Cooper Kupp, he's just
Cooper
a big
Kupp better.
boy, man. He gotta be a big boy, man. He plays that football shit that I love. You catch that shit.
Go over the
you
middle.
go over the middle, bro. You take that hit. You run through traffic, man.
Like Dub always says.
You know what? Also, you know,
X. I want the guy who does the slant over the middle. Those are true receivers.
and you
it
know
used
what's
to be the
crazy
X
that-
for me, but Cooper Kupp changed my mind. Golly,
Cooper
man.
Kupp.
Love to
Then,
see it, Dub.
hey,
Love
you
to
know
see
who
it,
else?
The catches he be making is be wild.
Danny Woodhead used to go over the middle too, so we'll put him in that category too.
Yeah, he top 10.
Nah, Danny Woodhead, they never got no triple crown in the Super Bowl MVP though. Danny Woodhead ain't dominate the league the way he did.
Cooper Kupp,
You know,
route
and
game.
speaking of dominating the league, you know what
Hey,
I don't
Cooper
like
Kupp,
about y'all?
route
You know what I don't
tree
like
is
about people?
ridiculous.
Hold
It
on,
ain't
you know
a
what I
route
don't
on
like
the
about
tree.
people?
Cooper
Not
Kupp
like
can't
what
Cooper
do
people
Kupp
it.
had
like
his
about us.
Cooper Kupp had his triple crown year, did what he did in the playoffs, and everybody and their mama was like, "But can he do it next year?" Next year, on a worse team with a worse O line, where he was literally the only viable offensive option, was doing the same thing till he got hurt, and everybody just seemed to dismiss it like it don't mean nothing. Y'all was waiting for him to do it
G-baby,
again.
I'm not that
And by the
G-baby.
time he got hurt, he was top 3 in catches, yards. I think it was top 5 in touchdowns.
He was
Top
on pace
10.
for another triple crown.
Exactly, but everybody forget
G-baby.
that. But Justin Jefferson get all them targets and get most of his targets out
I'm not
the
that
slot.
impressed with the
And
triple
everybody
crown,
love
bro.
him, but Cooper Kupp do it in his
You're not
surprise.
impressed with a triple
Because
crown?
Justin Jefferson is not a slot receiver.
No, I'm
So
not.
why most of his targets come
Hey,
out the slot?
Fluent, plenty
That
of horses.
this
win the
year, but
triple
last
crown
year and
all
the year
time.
before it wasn't. What are you talking
You
about?
know what? Let's
What
look
you
that
just
up. Let's
say?
look that up. Let's look that
I
up.
said plenty of horses win the triple crown all the time. It's not that.
Yeah, they
impressive.
say horses though.
How many
They say
wide
horses.
receivers do it? Troll. I see you laughing. You just
Yeah,
trolling.
yeah.
Listen, bro, Cooper Kupp. Hey, listen, when they got rid of old boy, Cooper Kupp started running a lot from the outside. People don't understand that, bro.
And then what's his name?
Uh,
Marvin Left don't understand
Hey,
that.
according to your logic, he only played 9 games, but he had over 800 yards and 6 TDs. That's significantly more than one Mr. DeAndre Hopkins. So if DeAndre Hopkins is top 5, well, then Cooper Kupp must be top 5, right, Trent?
But why are we not just judging it based off stats? Here y'all going and just assuming shit. I don't know what y'all talking
Like
about.
you was doing
Talented
earlier.
dude.
Like you was doing earlier.
Like you
Like
gave
you
it
was
the
doing
stats
earlier.
and you
Now that I
What
saw
was I
that
assuming
list,
on there?
gymnastics.
Now that I
Were
saw
you
that
not
list,
assuming of the severity of
D-Hop is
D-Hop's
definitely not
injury?
top 5.
You were assuming the severity of his injury.
But yeah, but I'm thinking Jettas easily
He's younger.
overcome.
He's younger too.
Now that I see this list, bro, Trent, you're bugging. D-Hop is not top 5, bro. He's not better than anyone on that
fine.
list.
I mean, that's fine. If you want to see, he's 6 at best.
I want you to
gonna make-
recant. I want you to recant and
I'm not
take
recanting it
back.
because I still think he's top 5.
Well,
That's
who's
not-
he better than on
Who's
this list?
better than? Or otherwise,
I think he's better than Jamar Chase.
He could be better than Jamar Chase.
He's better than
Jamar
Chase.
Jamar Chase is the weakest
Better than
receiver
Jamar
out of all of
Chase?
these
I'm not gonna lie,
guys.
y'all think that Jamar Chase is clearly better than Diop is wild to me. That's
Jamar Chase is just a.
that's what you guys keep picking. Jamar Chase is he's the odd man out on this
I mean,
list.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, he's
saying
the weakest.
I mean, he's.
Jamar Chase is probably the rawest one out of all of them.
Do y'all think
No,
Tyreek
he's
Hill is way better than
not.
D Hop? Wait, do y'all think Tyreek Hill is way better than D Hop?
No.
Yeah,
way better than
way better.
Then that's a conversation then.
Way
Well, none of
I
these
don't know
guys are
about way better. He's clearly
Do y'all think
clearly
Cooper
better.
is he definitely better than what's his name?
Also,
Diggs?
Chase clears
think he could be
Diggs. Yeah,
defended
wilding
better
with
than-
that.
No,
one.
he doesn't. Why do
Chase
y'all
clears
say
Diggs.
that?
Wait, what?
What are you talking about?
Watch
He
me.
clears
Diggs
Diggs.
clears Chase. I don't know what
Mm-mm.
you're talking about.
Chase
Jamar
clears
Chase
Diggs.
clears Diggs. Explain
Why?
that. Explain
Why?
that. Explain
Well,
that.
Diggs has one of the most important traits in a receiver, man. That home run ability, man. And whether he uses it or not, whether he gets a deep pass, it changes entirely how the defense plays him and how the defense plays his other receivers, and the other guys he opens up because of his that threat that he has on the outside. He's one of the most
talking about
prolific
Jamar
vertical threat. He's one of the most prolific vertical threats in the NFL. I mean, between him and Tyreek Hill.
here,
Like,
Knows
Diggs
to be
Yeah,
a top,
but-
knows to be a top 5
Well,
receiver
he
this year.
ain't Tyreek Hill in his second. You saying like
Hey,
when is past the game?
That's not gonna
better
happen.
than Diggs then?
Shut up.
Y'all
Shut
gonna
your
lead the
mouth.
league in
can't
rushing
hear you.
again. That's
Shut
what
your
y'all
mouth.
gonna do.
I said what in the
With
game do
Khalil
you
Herbert
think that's
and goddamn
Jamar
y'all
Chase better than
quarterback.
Stephon Diggs?
Y'all gonna
is?
lead the league in rushing.
Listen,
You hear me, OJ?
No, I could hear you. I don't understand you because someone was talking over you.
I said what in their game? Like what do you think that Jamar Chase does better than Stephon Diggs? To
He
you,
takes like his ability, the vertical threat that he possesses.
you think his deep threat ability outweighs Stephon Diggs' whole game?
Come on, bro. Don't do that.
Because if that's
I'll
the
say
case, that's crazy.
No. Hold on. This is what I'll say. I wouldn't say that alone.
Diggs
I would
made
also say
Gabe
that.
Davis
hold on.
look like a fiend.
I would also say that Jamar Chase is an underrated route runner. He's an underrated pass catcher. I think
He is underrated route runner.
I think he's such a massive vertical threat that people he's kind of like labeled. And I think Tyreek Hill to some extent gets sort of that same thing. They don't look at his route running as much because he's such
Tyreek
a
Hill's a
massive
very good
vertical
route runner.
threat.
But I'm thinking about like with Diggs is a top 2 route runner game, got elite hands. The impact is there. He has the same impact as Jamar Chase. I just don't see the argument if you just value the deep threat that much. That's just being a yak merchant.
And Jamar Chase be dropping balls.
So yeah, because
He a body catcher. Jamar Chase a body catcher, bro.
I mean, the whole dropping ball thing, I don't know, but that's one of the
I don't really like people
because Keenan Allen was second in like drops last year, and Keenan Allen has exceptionally great hands. So it's, I mean, you gotta take that with a grain of salt.
11 back to back.
I'd have to
And
see
some
the
of them were
11s to see how they
bad
look.
drops. Some
he
of them
still
were
has
like
great
real
hands
bad.
though because he
I
makes
do
up
think he
with-
has great hands. I do think he
Yeah, I think
That was a
if you
lot.
want to say Jamar's better than Diggs, if you want to say Jamar's better than Diggs, fine. But clears is mind-boggling. That's kind of illogical.
DJ Moore, top 5 receiver in the NFC North next year.
Nice caveat.
Yo, Fluent be playing Madden. He just be switching everybody to the Bears, bro.
Yes.
No matter who it is.
Yes.
I would do the same thing.
fellas, I know I'm from Josh Diaz. I know I'm pissing Dub off with my spelling. My bad. More super chats coming soon for the panel and Open Gym. Payday tomorrow. Salute to you, my brother. Open Gym is being out and the panel. Send some more love to like Fluent and Chill and Open Gym because the panel gets enough love and we don't have to divide that up as much as everybody else. And in this one,
Fluent and Chill is the best
too.
show on
Never
the
forget.
channel. So we at least get the best guests. We at least get the best guests. We get the best guests.
The panel putting in work.
You
boy.
get the
Y'all
best
play
guests.
Fluent. Y'all
Get
been
the best
putting in
guests.
work on the panel lately, boy. Since y'all been going every day, that panel been rocking, boy. I seen about 3 racks the other day.
I know. It was such
I
a
didn't
great
see any
idea.
of that.
Debit card Dub is back. Best PC Dub host. Appreciate you, brother. And that concludes today's episode because we're about to hit our 2-hour mark. Does anybody have anything to say before we head out?
Fluent and Chill tomorrow at 9 p.m. And if you care about children, which I know you all do, don't forget to go to donate. It's in the chat right now to the All Kids Deserve to Play Sports. It's right there. Players Choice GoFundMe. Charity June 7th. Getting shoes for kids who can't afford shoes. Other than that, I'm good.
Fire.
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 PC Wrestling Sunday.
I just want to say publicly because I never spoke about it. Very disappointed as a Bucks fan that we got Baker Mayfield. I didn't even make a video about it. I don't know what the Bucks were thinking, bro. And it just goes to show how incompetent GMs are, man. So yeah, there's that.
How did we not talk about Tom Brady buying the Raiders?
Man, we should have just rocked out with Kyle Trask.
Hey, Fluent. That's I
Oh,
don't know if I told you, but you was
I
right.
agree.
I
Tom
know.
Brady coming back.
I know.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah.
He's not
I
retired.
thought I told you in the chat that you was right.
I don't know. I don't know that I want Tom Brady back, honestly, but yeah.
He's still a top 15 quarterback today.
He's definitely
Top
better
10.
than Kirk Cousins, that's for sure.
He's definitely better than Kirk Cousins.
Let him know.
Trent, man, get on the
All right,
game,
fellas.
smack you around.
Nah, what's the thing?
Whoa!
Whoa. Who y'all got tomorrow? Oh, what happened? Dub
Boston.
froze.
Just
It don't
froze.
matter because they lose it to the Nuggets
Heat.
in 6 in the finals. It don't
I
matter.
got-
I think Boston's gonna
I
win,
think
and
Boston
Miami
close
will
it out.
close out in 6.
Yo, I got Miami in 6.
Miami.
Miami in 6.
Put the
Never
house
third
on
dub.
it. Peace.
Hey, all right.
Peace.
See, yeah, boys.